like you call me that because I'm a stranger. Just out of habit.
And there's your reason. Oh.
Anyway, you're free to go after you finish washing up the glasses. Now let me transfer you to today's payment. Maybe I'll give Gil a small bonus for dealing with the bathroom.
Yeah!
Wow!
We got money. Alright.
Money!
Shining Fingered! Alright. And that is at least the end of this Valhalla stream. Now we can start talking about real shit.
Because despite wanting to get to the whole game, we got through chapter 1.
Because we really got sidetracked so bad. I blame alcohol. Alright.
I take some, but not... I take some minimal responsibility for the sidetracking.
And that's fine. But anyway, I'm going to open up the... So, Cormac! You were to say that the, what's it called? Was,
oh, God.
The Hercules was so bad? No. We're ending the stream so quickly. We're gonna talk about this.
All right.
Explain yourself, you monster.
Well, there you go. Well, it was the Passionless project that Lasseter forced his directors to make instead of Treasure Planet, which is what they wanted to do.
So the reason why Treasure Planet suffered.
A McDonald's commercial.
Wait, Hercules?
It has the extra relatable, like,
hey,
child
is it possible for you to stream the tier list?
I can do it if you want.
Yeah, please.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, hey, Flux is here.
Oh, Flux is...
Hey, Flux!
Oh, Flux, hey, Flux. Flux, how do you feel about Hercules? You see the tier list on screen right now? How do you feel about it? Oh, bye, Shiramaru. Thanks for popping in. Have a good one.
Yep, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I'll get the tier list right away.
Look forward to having you back if you choose to come back.
That'd be nice. I'd appreciate it. Let me get that, because I'm actually hurt on a spiritual level.
So, Flux, what basically happened is, if I'm keeping up, Gorbeck here said that he basically doesn't like Hercules because yada yada. Some artists got sidetracked, not sidetracked. Diverted from... I didn't want to say it, but yeah. From Treasure Planet to make Hercules, and therefore there's a moral dilemma here, from what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. This
so
is
the
my
reason
first
why...
time being a guest on the show. Am I risking demonetizing you?
No. Unless you say the N word in your vocabulary, no.
Hell no.
Then Andre says it literally like 5 times a stream.
The pics are too small. I try to make it as big as I could.
I can see.
But Hercules is this is for Flex. She's on her phone. But Hercules is an S tier. Corbeck disagrees highly. But so is the reason why Hercules, Treasure Planet, I should say, suffered so much is because of Hercules?
Absolutely, yes.
That honestly, after hearing that, that shakes my resolve. I will move it down to. I would personally move it down to A tier at the very least.
Wait.
Because I like Treasure Planet a lot, but the fact that it has problems.
No, shut up.
Okay, go ahead.
I got questions.
Go ahead. Corbeck has answers.
He might.
He does.
Okay. I'm saying, despite the motivations or controversies of the animators, should the animation suffer for that? Should Hercules go down just because the circumstances around Hercules was negative? You feel me?
Yes. And yes.
I'm honestly willing to agree because, man, if Hercules had, I'm willing to move it to the top of A tier where Zootopia is, but not into B tier where Treasure Planet is. Because I do like Hercules a lot because it's music. I like its villain, and I do like its themes.
Yeah, because Hercules is like a quality movie.
Yeah,
so
but the fact that they brought down Treasure Planet. The fact that they brought down Treasure Planet, I'm willing to compromise. That's how I feel.
That's a personal bias.
That is personal bias. Holy.
Should you change a group tier list because you like Treasure Planet and Hercules hurt Treasure Planet?
Fair enough. Like I said, I this was a group effort making this tier list, but man, that
I'm super invested in Disney movies, so I'm a pretty good mediator for this. Actually.
Yeah. That hurts me.
I also contend that Hercules is not nearly one of the golden Disney films,
What
even
what
standing on its own.
what movie do you think should
Especially
take his
following
place?
things like Aladdin.
Well, Aladdin. Okay, following Aladdin, I think Wall-E is at the very least up there. Is an S tier.
Hercules has some bumping music.
Yeah, it has a bump in music. The Hades is a like really top tier villain for his comedy and his presence.
Like the female lead, like honestly.
All right. So
Yes,
let's
correct.
talk about the things that Disney got addicted to after the overwhelming success of Aladdin.
Okay.
And that is a completely distracting and unnecessary star power. Danny DeVito, as well as Bobcat Goldthwait, in their roles as supporting comic relief characters, bring down that movie.
Really?
Hades was great, and he's a good villain. But good villains during the golden age of Disney is like their strong suit. Hercules isn't that great, and is one of the least relatable protagonists, given his concerns are essentially sports contracts and promotional deals.
I mean, he's a demigod, so fair enough.
And making pop culture references that are really crusty now, but were practically Air Jordans even at the time of airing. Hercules is not S tier at all. It is not flawless.
Well,
Every single movie in your S tier is significantly better than Hercules.
So
Lion King also has his own kind. So let's say, for example,
Lion King. Yeah, Lion King also.
All right.
Yeah.
Lion King has a lot of controversy for just straight up plagiarism. If we're gonna be for real.
Right. Well, they also timed Aladdin to spike a different Arabian film that a former animator was working on. So if we're going to bring down Hercules for the Disney movies it tanked, or not, then we can definitely talk about the other major animations that some of these important films were strategically timed to fuck over.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if we're gonna compare it to, say, this is purely my example. So Dondre and obviously Corbeck, who's here as a guest, can disagree with me. In my personal, The Lion King personally is my favorite all-time Disney movie.
Oh.
You're there. However, like I said, it itself has a lot of problematic history. So if we're going to knock down movies for problematic history, well, a lot of stuff is going down because. Yikes! Disney is not a morally good company.
Yeah, literally, one of the movies, the movie with Dumbo is so low because of racist crows and some other stuff that happened with it. Just because it's not like that much of a compelling movie.
I don't even see Song of the South here.
Oh, that just wasn't on the tier list, Corbeck. So that wasn't of choice. That just wasn't there. Beauty and the Beast is an A tier.
One of the beginnings of the Disney Renaissance, and the first to seamlessly incorporate digital animation, something that Treasure Planet failed to do.
Yes.
The fact that Beauty and the Beast isn't an S tier, but Hercules is actually a problem.
Okay.
I'm with Flux on this one.
Yeah, Flux. Yeah.
Okay.
Where does Beauty and the Beast
this tier list is made by just for preface. This tier list is made by me, Ghost Bear, and Flight of Eagles. Saying
I basically guessed myself. So
yeah.
Honestly.
Also, Flux, I sent you an invite to this Discord, so you can yell at them with me.
So okay, I don't remember the exact reasons like I said, I'm drinking a good bit of alcohol, so my opinions aren't going to be as fluent as they were if I was sober. But from what I can remember, there was a few things keeping Beauty and the Beast out of S tier. Personal enjoyment. It was probably a strong thing about the majority of this list.
If we're gonna go what Beauty. So once again, I'm basing all this off moral conundrum because that seems to just be
Yeah.
right now. When we switch topics, I'll switch your perspective.
Like personal enjoyment seems to be like the main factor of what keeps things in and out of S tier. Because Hercules is one of my is probably one of my favorite movies in the Disney Renaissance. Like if I had to choose one, I'd probably choose Hercules to rewatch for the rest of eternity because I do enjoy it just that much for like the gospel music in it, like Hades is a villain. I like Meg as a romantic interest because there's shit in Hercules that I enjoy personally, and Flight and Calvin were also able to agree with me on. So that's why Hercules made it into S tier, and there were things about Beauty and the Beast that kept it just out of S tier, but we do see it really, like, we regard it very highly. Like, just because it is an A tier, does not mean that we don't regard it very highly. Because I wanted to put Beauty and the Beast, I wanted to put Beauty and the Beast pretty high, because it is one of the very few Disney movies that has gotten a remake that has done it majority justice compared to the rest, even though that's not a high mark, but it is a very good thing.
The only problem I have with Beauty and the Beast, now let me say this,
and BR Gas is just a fucking bop on its own, and Gaston is a good villain.
It's a classic, and that's great, and I do enjoy Beauty and the Beast. However, it is also a movie more or less entirely based on Stockholm Syndrome. Sorry?
Come on, BuzzFeed.
I mean, it is. Like, this woman was jailed and kidnapped and just kind of, that was it. Like, I don't know.
If anything,
this is not actual Stockholm Syndrome.
If anything, Snow White is low-key pedophilia, because Snow White is technically 14, and, like, the prince was 31, apparently. So, look, we want to bring that into this.
Being frozen in time and stuff, but
if we want to bring that up.
She was actually kidnapped and jailed and kept there against her will until then. I'm not saying I hate the movie. I'm just bringing it up for like argument purposes. Like it's kind of Stockholm Syndrome. Honestly,
it is the entirely low rent, easy target sort of thing. And while there's essays on both sides of it, like watching through the movie, they actively try to preserve her agency and her setting boundaries throughout the entire film. Something that the live action just fucking forgets. That's what you're remembering, and that's showing very poorly on the movie. Like the thing is the clickbait surrounding Beauty and the Beast has absolutely done it dirty. And it is one of those things that is easy to, because a lot of people haven't seen it in a decade or more. Yeah. To go, oh, I guess that was Stockholm Syndrome. Oh, well, that's weird. That's like those crows. Fuck that movie. It is absolutely not the case.
Yeah.
Why is Tangled an A tier?
Tangled?
Not an S tier. Tangled was really fucking good.
It has
really good characters, and I love Tangled. Why is it an A tier?
Like I said, the majority, this is me with two other people, so like some stuff was really talked down or talked up. Right. So
I'll let you know why Tangled is too high in A. The villain's fucking terrible.
I agree with that. I do agree. Mother McGonagall.
The gold standard for Disney is the villains. They have to have a fucking awesome song.
Yes.
And they have to be actively sinister. Tangled has no business being on the same tier level as Little Mermaid, where the villain is literally Satan.
Ursula, yes, I agree.
Right. So, like, evil stepmom gaslighting is not... It's not only a bad villain, like, starting point, they go nowhere with it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm willing to agree with that. Just like from what I can remember of the conversation me, Flight, and Calvin were having while we were making this tier list, we had like fond memories of actually like watching Tangled as a movie as a whole. Like it was entertaining throughout. The character interaction between, like, at least the romance between Rapunzel and Flint Rider was like pretty decently presented. But I will agree to you, like at the very like that the villain is completely and utterly weak and does drag down this movie. So
That's true. I don't remember the villain, so that's fair.
Disney male protagonists are usually trash,
mm-hmm.
and that's just something that you have to deal with.
And I'll give that Tangled was pretty good, yeah.
Flint Rider's the outlier.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm if I'm baking a brand new Disney movie out of the oven,
mm-hmm.
and I have to sacrifice the villain sauce
mm-hmm.
in order to make an adequate male lead, no.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna make that sacrifice. You've just ruined the cake.
And you know what? I'm okay with that because like that's why Frozen's like in B tier. I wanted it in C tier. Like this was me. I wanted it lower on the list. Like I didn't like Frozen is too high in my opinion. Like I had to make a lot of sacrifices for some of these like tier lists because I was outvoted 2-1. So. But like Hercules being that high in S tier is my personal enjoyment, so I do apologize for that. That's just how I do enjoy Hercules a lot. I like Hades as a villain and all the other stuff that I've said previously. So I do apologize if we disagree on that. Are you
judging about the movie as a whole or strictly as the content of the movie?
Content
is in a good spot.
Yeah. Content. I think content movie as well. Like it is in a good spot. Like if I want to be objective, I think Hercules, if it is an S tier, if not low S tier, I still think it belongs in S tier movies.
Absolutely.
If we move Beauty and the Beast up, I think Hercules still does belong in S tier. If that is okay with you, Corbeck. If Beauty and the Beast gets moved up into S tier, I think Hercules still does stay in S tier. If not low S tier, still in S tier. I will not put it in A tier just because from what I can remember and from the people I talked about it as well.
Yeah, I thought we should.
And I do like Beauty and the Beast, like the animation, the music, Gaston as a villain, the conflict. I agree highly. Just when I was making this tier list, everyone else, we agree like okay, Beauty and the Beast was an A tier, and that might have been a bad
song. Is really really good.
Yeah, that might have been a misstep in us. That might have been a misstep in us because like when we were doing this Disney tier list, it was very late in the night. Like it was like 3 a.m. when we made this Disney tier list. So we might have been tired and might not have been in our right minds. But I do believe wholeheartedly.
Hercules down.
Exactly.
It was
All right.
after I had left.
So I'm willing to accept Beauty and the Beast going up, especially because I have the support for that.
Yes, and I agree.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Man.
So I'm going to share with you a pair of video essays,
Mm-hmm.
Both on why Beauty and the Beast is better than you're giving it credit,
Okay.
and also why Hercules isn't that great.
Okay.
But
Mm-mm.
I will table this for now rather than just sending people bullshit homework.
Mm.
So I have not yet fought Hercules down from what? 4th best Disney movie of all time.
Okay. At least in the group of me, Flight, and Calvin.
All right.
And I'm here too now, so it's pretty.
Hi.
It's pretty good. Has some bumping music.
So
yeah.
I can't fight it. I wouldn't.
So at the very least, in the group of me, Mike, and Calvin, this was our tier list that we decided on in like early mornings of the day. So. Please give us a little bit of slack, because literally Recess was up in S, and as we were like kind of circling up, we moved it down to B. Low key, it should actually be like above Bolt.
Where'd you put Bolt?
Yeah.
It's in D. But
Okay,
the reason why Bolt's in D is because of fucking Rhino.
Chicken Little, where it should be.
In D, yeah. And like Pocahontas is honestly just a boring movie, and I won't.
Pocahontas actually has so many problems.
Propaganda.
Jesus.
Yeah, propaganda as well it's just not entertaining.
Yeah. Let's talk about the bottom.
Okay. Some of the haven't seen just don't remember. Like Rescuers was actually like an AS, But we were just like, Calvin was like, I don't really remember much about Rescuers. Let's bring it down. Some of these, like what we saved was some like last minute, like, all right, let's move some shit around. Like how Recess was higher on the list, so we realized, nah, nigga, let's put that low, really low. So, like I said, this was made at like 2 a.m.
Okay, let's see what's in the bad garbage.
Also,
That all
screw Bambi.
belongs there.
Glad Bambi's down there.
Yeah, Bambi is just honestly a boring movie.
Screw Deer as well.
Yes.
Like, personal bias is coming in hot and heavy. Hate Deer. Hate Deer.
I also really don't enjoy Dumbo, so it belongs there too.
Yeah, like Dumbo's just not really entertaining. Like from like all the stuff in E tier, like Ray was kind of like just like the plot didn't really make a lot of sense in my opinion. And honestly, I move Cars like down F tier with Cars 3. I think Cars 1 and Cars 3 are in the same place, at least in my heart. And the Rescuers Down Under, this was Calvin saying, I remember watching Rescuers Down Under. It was not that good, in his opinion.
That's one of my nostalgic movies.
And hey man, I don't remember seeing it. That was Calvin's opinion. Like I said, I made this with 2 other people, so this isn't purely me. I just want I want to press that 100%.
Significantly better than the first one.
Okay.
Yes, agreed.
Okay.
I wouldn't put it with F. I would definitely move that up.
Okay.
Probably B. And then Rescuers would be no higher than C.
Okay.
With really.
Right. Wait, the original Rescuers went where?
Rescuers is like he did remember like Calvin. It was an A tier, but Calvin was like, you know what? I don't really remember the Rescuers. Let's put it into have a scene, so I don't remember right now because I don't know.
Right. Well, it's kind of grungy.
Mm-hmm.
It's before the Renaissance, and it's got reused animation in it.
Yeah.
It's not a great look.
Yeah. So like we said, Incredibles 2 belongs in D because it was not that good. It was like compared to the original Incredibles, it is not a good sequel.
Frankly, I think it's a little too high.
And I would agree with that. I am fully willing to move this thing lower, but there were some moments in Incredibles 2 that I actually found enjoyment in, as well as Chicken Little. So that's why it's in D.
I can't stand Chicken Little. It has ugly animation, ugly characters, bad. Me and my brother, completely and only sober, can go pull on Chicken Little and have some good ass laughs with it. That's why it's in D. The only time I would enjoy Chicken Little is making fun of it.
And that's fine. Cause look at everything underneath it.
Yeah, you're doing Down Under and Sword of the Stone dirty.
Okay, I don't remember. So I do not remember a single thing in Sword of the Stone, and that's just because I am a child compared to you, Corbett.
Okay, if you compare,
tell him about the squirrel.
If you compare the Incredibles to Incredibles 2, I'm just saying.
That Chicken Little being in D tier was my personal fight because me and my brother can still just toss on this movie and still have some really just kind of just some sober laughs at the stupidity in this movie compared to the rest of these movies where I would probably fall asleep. I can't say the same for Rescuers and the Rescuers Down Under because I have not seen those movies as far as I can remember.
I would love to share those with you again.
And then I'm down with that. I'm fully open. You said, hey, we're gonna go back to get you culture some Disney. I'm in there. But literally everything in E tier I have seen and I'm not a fan of. I can. Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at chat.
Yeah.
I think The Incredibles 2 may have suffered what a lot of movies, just in general, not just Disney movies, have suffered. Which is they focused on the wrong thing.
Yeah, exactly. The Incredibles 2 villain is where kind of Incredibles 2 lost me. Just the conflict just kind of fell off for me. It'd be low C tier, low E tier. I'm not putting it any higher. That's how I feel.
It is better. There's most things on this list, in my opinion, are better than Chicken Little. You'd be hard pressed to make me.
And that's fine. Comedy will always be subjective and all sorts of stuff. Me and my brother love me and my brother actively have and bought the parody movies, Scary Movie and all that other stuff.
It should be above Bolt.
Really? Chicken Little above Bolt?
No, Incredibles 2.
Oh, Incredibles 2? Okay, sorry. So, there's so much. But yeah, like I said, like just little things, like just like I can at least like be entertained watching Chicken Little. The other things underneath it, I couldn't see it. Like I don't remember Sword and Stone, and I don't remember the Rescue Down Under at the very current point.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't move Incredible 2.
At the current point, I can't remember Rescuers, so I'm not gonna put that in my ranking, and I can't remember Sword and Stone. But everything else underneath underneath Chicken Little, I would not have an enjoyment watching.
I did watch Sword in the Stone in a group chat on Discord like a year ago. And I think it suffers mostly from old writing, where it's not really engaging as much as the other Disney movies from of today, right? And that's why it falls short of anything E.
Okay.
Brother Bear is in a travesty and is D at the highest.
Okay.
I don't
like that. Honestly, Brother Bear should literally be in the don't remember / haven't seen, because some of us was like, "Hey, Brother Bear, was that okay? Maybe." Like that's
It really wasn't.
Yeah, like that. Like I said, this list needs some actual work, because we literally made this list at 3/2 a.m. So I do apologize to all people offended.
Yeah, I will say that. And I
will.
Brother Bear, I was like, I was young. Let's say that. But I would say that I did watch it multiple times. I enjoy it, and while nostalgia could definitely fairly, and I would accept it, clouding my judgment very heavily, I enjoyed it. And
I will say everything. Meet the Robinsons and Up is actually worth discussion, because that's what some stuff we were actually like, yo, this needs to be up there. Everything Meet the Robinsons and Up, I can actually have definitive. Like, okay, I'll say Frozen and Up. Frozen and Up, we can actually have this discussions on. I want to move Frozen lower.
I'm actually wanting to throw Treasure Planet up above.
Treasure Planet where?
In B, I actually want to put it above, like top B, if not bottom A.
Okay, I can agree with that, because I did like Treasure Planet a lot. Like I said, like.
Fucking badass.
Oh, Zach, where did you come from?
Yeah, I said hi, Reds.
I didn't even hear him.
No one heard that.
So, like, if we want to remake this whole ass tier list, I am here. But at the very least,
lower or higher.
At the very least, I want Emperor's New Groove to stay at the very top of this.
Okay, yeah, that's great. Are you trying to Meet the Robinsons lower or higher, Dondre?
Meet the Robinsons. I wanted to be a B tier. Like the cup of B tier is Meet the Robinsons. That's how I feel.
Okay.
Like is good. Like,
yeah. I like it a lot, and I think it is basically like the gatekeeper of, like, up to A tier.
All right.
That's how I feel.
Cause how about alright, that's fine.
Cause me and you watched that when last time I came to visit you, like me, just me.
It was good. It's a good movie.
Is this it? Was this the tier list? No, this was not the tier
OG
list.
Cartoon Network, what?
Oh, that was a whole different tier list, and like I said, that was made after the Disney tier list, so that could also be even more skewed. So, like I said, I do apologize to all people offended by the tier list, the first tier list.
We're not offending anyone with tier list.
This way late, dude.
Yeah, like I said, like we made that like really late, so like I said, like just want to preface, like we were not in the right mind. Okay, here we go. Did everyone see the tier list? So I want to move stuff around. So we're gonna start at bad garbage, like haven't seen, and go from there. So
real quick,
anything we want to move.
I have seen Pete's Dragon at the bottom.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's a really slow into the movie, because a lot of it's where it's just you see the kid, you don't see the dragon at all, because it's his imaginary friend basically. And it's just wow.
I want to say if anyone wants to defend Pete's Dragon, we'll move it up. But if no one else has seen it, we'll leave it there.
Wait, real quick, question. Are we judging the movies based on the movies or everything in the movie and surrounding the movie?
I would say that
big distinction.
Every compelling argument is fair game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I really do think just like Hades as a villain really carries Hercules at the very least into S tier, as well as a few certain songs. Like I can't say that I'm in love is iconic. I won't say I'm in love is iconic.
That's fine, but like it has too many good songs in that movie to just.
Yeah, I cannot in good conscience put it in A tier.
Nah, that's too many.
So I will put Beauty and Beast up, and I will move Hercules down lower S tier.
I absolutely agree. Hercules deserves S tier.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will continue to dissent, but we can move on.
Okay. So we're gonna start. Haven't seen Bad Garbage if anything needs to be moved.
So I would also mirror Red's assessment of Pete's Dragon.
Okay.
I do remember it. It is Bambi level entertaining and memorable, but it's not even a classic.
Okay.
So it goes after Pocahontas.
Okay, after Pocahontas. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure like there's some things on this list that you can agree with, just not like the actual placement. I assume.
Right. There are some key mistakes here.
Yeah, like I'm willing to put Rescue. I'm willing to put Recess down in the D tier because like that got too high in my opinion, in my sobriety and not as tiredness.
This man says sobriety like he hasn't just chugged down so much alcohol.
Dude, at the very when Corbett comes to throw down, I am sober as fuck because I need to defend myself with every bit of bracelet I have.
I've been drinking ever since they let me steal your emoticons.
You son of a bitch! Cormac, do you just like fighting me? You just like fighting me, Cormac? We're supposed to be friends!
That's great.
I'm gonna cry. Any case. So anything from Bad Garbage to haven't seen, anything needs to move?
Scroll down just here.
I moved.
Okay.
Because I can talk about this shit till 5 a.m.
I mean,
like I said with Rescuers, I put that low C.
Okay, and I'm okay with that.
How low?
I'll put it above Finding Dory. I'll put it above any sequels.
And I do have a problem with Finding Dory because I didn't.
Yeah, I do too. I didn't see that shit either, and I just thought it was a cash grab.
I didn't enjoy it.
Calvin swear up and down that it deserves C tier. I wanted it in Have a Scene, Don't Remember. I didn't even want the list.
I saw it. I have a hard time remembering it. What I do remember, which is a good bit of the movie. I didn't enjoy it. It was really boring to watch.
Yeah. I thought it was a cash grab, a soulless cash grab. So I will happily move this lower.
Dory's parents came into play, which no one gives a shit about. Like it was a boring movie. Her backstory is garbage. They introduced the characters in there are forgettable.
Grandmaster Corbeck, where do you want to put it? Grandmaster Corbeck, where do you want me to put it?
So, I saw the trailer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you didn't even see it.
I have heard incredibly middling things about it. I defer to people that actually saw it.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed the themes that I've been told it has seem to be way more targeted at parents than kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like one of the Pixar flops in that they didn't get both audiences.
It is
much like Monsters University, which is also way too high at C.
Okay, that is fair because Monster University wasn't I just remembered it rather fondly compared to the rest. Like that's why it's in C tier. Like I enjoyed Monster University as it's kind of like only like its solo thing rather than Incredibles 2 as a solo thing because I cannot see Incredibles 2 as its own solo thing, while as I can see Monster University as its own standalone thing. That's the difference at least in my head.
Monsters University is a children's movie introducing kids to the concept of how college was in the 70s.
Okay.
What relevance does it have at all in modern popular culture or really how life works.
Was it entertaining?
Just as a movie?
Also,
Like, I don't know, so I'm genuinely asking, by the way.
Oh, well, you haven't seen it, Mike?
No, I've seen it, but I don't remember it. So
Okay.
that's my answer.
Okay.
But
I remember being entertained watching it, and I'm okay with moving it down D tier. Like as long as some of these don't like really move up, I'm okay with moving to D tier, and I'm just gonna just take care of that.
Okay, so you take the idea of like kind of like Animal House and make it Disney friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, it is pop culture references to Animal House that no one in the audience should be getting.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not.
I was gonna say, don't move
quality.
Chicken Little up. I'll fight you.
I won't move it up. Like Chicken Little will I will just say at the very least I would like Chicken Little to be the literally bottom bin barrel of D tier.
I would like it to be lower. I won't argue for it, but I would like it. That's a personal preference.
I would personally like it to be the bottom bin barrel of D tier.
like the only reason they can make D is because it's fun to make fun of. It is,
and that's fine. Like if you are drunk out of your fucking gourd, like I want to say that shit. I want to say that.
I can perfectly sober take the piss out of this movie and have fun doing it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason it deserves D tier.
Yeah, because like me and my brother, like we could actually like laugh with a few of these jokes here because we have really the the humor of children.
Like
but,
I will laugh at the chicken singing, the chicken and the disgustingly animated pig.
Come on.
Singing. The animation in this movie is gross.
Actually. Okay.
Like their designs are gross, their animations are gross.
I like the dodgeball. I like the dodgeball scene. It's like, oh, your old nemesis, come on the sidewalk. Like, come on.
Okay.
I don't like it.
So I've noticed something.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay.
And that's we've got boring, classic.
Okay.
Rated an entire category worse than problem modern bad movie.
Okay, well, then we should just be defining this on pure, just like entertainment. Like, if you could pull this movie up and still be entertained watching it all the way through, because the reason why Pocahontas is so low is because at least me, Flying Calvin, all agreed we did not feel entertained watching this movie.
So the tier list should be focused on the movie itself, then. Yeah?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Quality of the movie through the eyes of 2019.
Yes.
All right. I can see that.
And in that case, I'm going to move Pinocchio lower. But the Donkey Island, like the whole, like, you know, his lesson, like, so, like, I think Pinocchio is compelling, personally.
Pinocchio is definitely not B on that criteria.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would it be C or would it be C at the least or high D?
It's got a good value, which is the only thing I could see going for it. The
Okay.
story.
It has no good songs.
That's 100% true.
That's a pretty big thing.
Especially for Disney.
Right. So fuck it. Get it down.
I think Flex is going to bed. Night, Flex. If you're not,
I don't know. I think she's still here. I think she's still here. She was just responding to that.
I mean, if she's not, I mean, if she is, then have a good night.
Yeah.
I'm glad you joined us. It's nice to see you.
But okay, so we're in like the D, E, C categories right now. So who's moving up? Who's moving down?
All right. So let's at least move Rescuers down under into C.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm okay with that because like I legitimately don't remember that was Calvin's go. Like, you know what? I don't remember Rescuers that much being that good.
I sent you the best villain monologue in Discord for you to research on your own time.
Okay. Because I know one of the I know a very good villain was the one from Hunchback. Like he was actually really he's fucking phenomenal. That's why I fought for him to be pretty I don't know where Hunchback which one is on this list right now, but I fought tooth and nail to get him as high as I could.
He's a villain you can connect with because he is one of the villains you can see being a real person.
And his song,
his song,
okay,
Hellfire
is iconic.
His song is fucking great.
Yes.
He, as a villain, is actually possibly a bridge too far
Okay.
for a kids movie.
Okay, yeah, definitely for a kids movie. Yes, okay, I'll agree that.
A corrupt religious leader who wants to fuck the protagonist and is willing to kill her if he can't have her. That's pretty much one of the heavier villain motivations on this list. Period.
You know, I do wonder about some
This
things.
list
Like
has Satan on it.
Pretty much. Where's Hunchback?
Real quick though, with the whole
Hunchback
children
also
thing.
has the guy from Seinfeld. Like, I really think you guys ignore the damage that an incredibly bad comic relief character does to these movies.
I see what you're getting there, because I don't think Inside Out should be that high. I think Inside Out should be like low B tier, in my opinion.
That's actually one of the newer ones I have not seen.
But we'll have that fight in a bit.
Yeah, so CD.
Let's go back to the C, E, and D's and clean this up a little bit more.
Yes.
So let's see here. Brother Bear is garbage where it should be.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. Rescuers. So I think the original Rescuers
Okay. That
is measurably worse than Sword in the Stone, Bambi, Dumbo, and Pocahontas.
Okay. Where's the original Rescuers? Did I put it? Is it?
It's
Oh yeah, it
in
is.
the middle of C.
Okay.
In C.
I'll definitely put it. I'll put it above Recess.
No, it is E.
Oh, E. Oh, he's E tier.
It is worse than Pocahontas.
Gotcha. Jesus.
It is. So
Okay.
from a actually watching it today sort of perspective, it is not great animation.
Okay.
Not just from a Disney level quality, but just in general quality. The animation is pretty poor. The character designs, as well as the overall style of it, is grungy and gross. And if you thought you were bored watching Bambi, there are long, incredibly boring stretches of the original Rescuers.
Okay.
Like the Rescuers and Down Under is the only situation in which the sequel is like, oh wow, fuck, this is great by comparison.
Oh, by the way, we did make a Disney sequel tier list. Like that was a whole separate thing.
Yeah.
And that was literally right before we went to bed, so I had no comment on that one particularly.
A subject we won't get into. We won't get into.
Fantastic.
Because honestly, all Disney sequels need to belong in F tier, bad garbage.
So what the fuck is Jungle Book 2 doing in C?
Okay.
Good question. Why is any Disney sequel in C?
Okay.
Because Rescuers Down Under is the only Disney sequel, even from the Golden Age, that deserves to be in C. Everything else needs to be below.
I'll move Jungle Book 2 into E. But I do think it. I was more entertained by it than Bambi.
Well, then argue your case.
That's all I have to say. I enjoyed it more than Bambi.
Okay. All right.
So let's talk about Jungle Book 1.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about reusing animation between Robin Hood and Jungle Book.
Okay, we're still in B, C, D.
That's in B.
Yeah. So we're gonna move up there.
Than Robin Hood.
Is it real? Oh.
Which I don't agree with at all.
Corbett, they also reused Robin Hood and Snow White.
Did they really?
Animation.
Yes.
They did.
So this is before the Renaissance, and you do have spotty animation quality.
Well, let them make their argument before you go moving stuff. Like, I'm not gonna argue for it.
Yeah. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm just like, I think that, as from just a reaction point, oh shit, you know what, low key.
Yeah, reactions aren't good though. Like, wait till they're done.
Okay, carrot. All right, I'll put it back where it was.
No.
I mean, no, they're probably right, but
I'll wait from now on. Sorry, I have a knee jerk reaction. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh wait, shit! Grab the wrong movie.
Yeah, that was the wrong one.
So, following up, Jungle Book's villain song and villains are not great.
Yeah.
And from an overall stakes perspective, it is very much in that classic Disney movie area. I don't think it's as consistently boring as, say, like Bambi. And it does have one or two good songs. But it's around Pinocchio quality, both in animation, presentation, and missing some key elements. So let's actually talk about some of its neighbors.
Yeah, I saw the like okay, like I said, well, preface, we made this list like at the butt crack of 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
All right.
So I like at least the Pooh movies, like the very few Pooh movies that are like actually this high up probably should not be. But this was me like, oh yeah, I remember watching actually these particular movies, and they were pretty good from what I remember. That's all I have to say about that. I hold no strong feeling towards them, and I'll move them lower if necessary, but I do remember the Tigger movie actually being like kind of heartfelt, because like, yo, Tigger's like, yo, I actually don't got no parents. That's as far as I can remember about it, so I'm sorry. Okay,
right.
Bye, Zach.
Yep.
Let me then, instead of continuing to interrogate you about the pig,
Yes, the piglet.
talk about Seven Samurai. Pixar's second successful animation, A Bug's Life.
Oh, yeah.
I actually I wanted to do that earlier.
Yeah, I like A Bug's Life. Yeah, so like I'm willing to listen.
So, how it really, really, really depends on how tired of watching Seven Samurai you are. Because Bug's Life is yet another one of those remakes. It's like Rango, it's like The Three Amigos, it's the comedy version of Seven Samurai has been done to death. At the time, especially with what they were doing, especially following the success of Toy Story, it was great. Watching it today, it really depends on a personal level how tired of the Seven Samurai story you are. Like a month ago, they made a fucking Star Wars Rebels episode on it. Like, it's everywhere in popular culture.
Like the story beats.
Right. So, and the CG, because of a very consistent style, hasn't aged nearly as badly. But I think it's just fine where it is.
I agree. Like I'm glad because like I think C tier is where it belongs. Like but Bug's Life is just like, oh, Bug's Life. Let me see where what part of it is at. As long as it's on the beginning part, as long as it's the part when they introduce like the carnival bugs that he uses as like, hey, I can find some strong warriors. I think after that it is worth watching. That, in my opinion, like, okay, he got to the part where he's at the carnival and he found these warrior bugs, quote unquote.
Before that kind of sets up the whole story, though.
No. I'm just saying, like, if I'm literally just scrolling on my TV and I see go on Disney Channel, that's what I'm talking about. Like, but I like the story. Like, it's okay as a whole. I'm saying, as of now, like, as me as a person, and I'm scrolling through channels.
It has to be after this segment.
Yeah.
Also,
because I've seen it before.
Also, taken in the context of when it was released, it came out against ants.
Yeah.
So that does bump it up in that regard.
Yeah.
That does give it a proper a touchstone if we're going to acknowledge the movie and where it came. It actually helped kill a bad thing.
As far as Pixar movies on this list, I think that's the perfect place for it to land.
There are many movies higher on this list that helped kill a good thing. Bug's Life is an actual dragon slayer.
Mm-hmm.
In a sense, yes.
Yeah.
See, there's one in B tier I don't quite remember or even enjoyed watching.
Please explain yourself.
It was James and the Giant Peach.
All right, okay. Loads of shotgun religious intent. All right, you got the one I can defend. All right, listen here. So, being a young black boy of very few channels in his young life, there are very few things he got to saw on the good old television, and James and the Giant Peach was one of those things. As a young, I remember watching this consistently all the way through. Every time it would appear on ABC Network, and I would have throughout enjoyment, and I really felt for the characters. I read the book twice, and I do love the story of James the Giant Peach, and I'm willing to move it at least into high C tier, but not lower.
I wouldn't move it. I would not. I move it to the bottom of B. I wouldn't put it in C. It doesn't deserve it.
Then thank you. I agree. I'm glad you agree with that, at least.
I will. I remember.
I will not move it high.
I also remember the multiple times I've seen James and the Giant Peach, and I enjoyed it every single time. I did not take a break. I did not stop. I watched a movie. It had my attention. I will not move it in C tier.
Then thank you, Mike. I do appreciate you. I'm just like, for the other people, the other people here, I'm willing to compromise and put it high, like above the Rescuers. But I will not move it any lower. I will not put it in D. I won't put it in A. I think B or C is perfect.
Everything in C tier, even when I was young and had the attention span of just colors, lost my interest.
Yeah.
James and Giant Peach is not.
Then
I will not move it in C tier.
Then thank you, Mike. So I will move it. I'll move lower in B. Then in that case, and not any further.
I just want to talk about my personal.
Yeah. I was just defending myself. I'm wholly open. This is a discussion. This is a discussion.
Personally, after reading the book and watching the movie, never really captivated me.
And that's fair.
I didn't quite follow along with everything that went on. I would agree. You can keep it in B.
Okay.
I don't see it high B.
Yeah. That's why it was just there, just from what we have in there. Because honestly, I think Big Hero 6 should be a little lower, in my personal opinion.
I think it needs to be about. All right, this might sound. It needs to stay above Cinderella. This is just a personal thing.
Yeah.
And I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Boring story, just in my opinion, in general.
I agree with you.
It's not good. I wouldn't move it down. It's a Disney classic, but I wouldn't put it. I wouldn't put it above James and Giant Peach.
I agree.
I'd be willing to put Cinderella only ahead of Snow White.
I also would agree.
That's fair.
I don't know why it's B tier.
Like I said, I had two other people who had more stronger opinions about me, about this movie than me, but I was gonna put it in C. I was like,
Cinderella is the most vanilla, bland, Disney story that comes.
Tiana's fucking Princess and the Frog Up were the only movies I had strong B A tier about. Everything else like Snow White and Cinderella, all the princess movies that was not above Princess and the Frog, I wanted to put in C tier because I just don't care about the majority of them, in my opinion. That's me.
Yeah. Cinderella is one of those movies that someone hit default and just went good on you, son, and then they released a princess movie.
Well, it gets a passing grade, which is C.
Yeah, which is C.
Yeah, it was just C.
And that's fine.
I'll put Cinderella above Snow White because I do like their the cast of characters better than the Snow White cast of characters. The Seven Dwarves, okay, but I like the mouses a little bit better. They feel like they have they're more they feel more fleshed out because they didn't have to flesh out seven characters.
Are still very iconic. Every single character does carry its own weight. The cat named Lucifer, the mice, even the freaking birds.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo.
Yeah, I mean, so it holds its own as a classic. However, it's not the most interesting movie in the world.
Yeah, so Snow White and Cinderella are tied for me.
Unlike the dwarves, you weren't shoehorned into a particular role.
Fair enough. Yeah, exactly.
And since we're here in C, I might as well mention it. Despite having a bunch of other very damning flaws, the soundtrack on Tarzan punches way above the weight of the rest of the movie.
Tarzan's music is fucking phenomenal.
Thank you. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but I'm glad someone brought it up.
Me too. Like, I was like, I'm gonna leave it in C, but like, it's not getting B. But like, that music was fucking fire.
Not a single one of the characters is worth mentioning again.
Nope. Especially, y'all aren't gonna say anything because they're not worth it.
And it does have an example of incredibly poor integration between CG and animation, which is something that is going to be a key fight I'm going to have with you on several other things on this list.
And I'm ready either to defend myself or back down.
Right. So Tarzan is in C.
Yep.
Due to incredibly bad characters, despite good music, and bad use of CG.
Yes. Like I like the supporting cast of the other movies above Tarzan more than I like Tarzan's supporting cast. Especially, I hate Jane as a romantic interest. I do not like her. I do not like her like in the slightest.
There you go.
Like she's just very boring. Like, and that's compared to Snow White of all people. You know, like come on. But in any case, let's move on. Back to B, C, D.
Corbett, you want to keep that where it's at, or put it top of C, Tarzan?
I'm gonna say the soundtrack only puts it in C.
Yeah. I agree.
Actually, behind Pinocchio.
Okay.
I can't speak for Piglet or Doug.
I will say that Tarzan is behind Bug's Life. Otherwise, I think it's okay where it is.
Okay.
From what I can remember, because I watched Tarzan very recently, like a year ago, like but just what was more like I say the some of these movies.
So, especially given Tarzan and Jungle Book share an awful lot of DNA,
yes,
and a lot of the knocks against Jungle Book are different problems with characterization and animation. And they both have good music. I'm fine here.
Yeah. Okay.
Pinocchio doesn't have good music. I have no idea what the fuck the Piglet movie is.
The Piglet has that one scene where it's like, so you cannot? I cannot not. Oh, so you cannot? I cannot. So yeah, come on. For just that alone, that's worth it, honestly. And in the slimmest like bit of my baby brain that I can remember. But like the Doug movie and Piglet are actually pretty good. Pinocchio's good. That's all I can really say.
Okay.
Yeah. There's some just the Doug cast alone puts him in C, because the Doug cast is pretty good. Like at least in my opinion, because I like the majority of it. Like I like Doug as a show.
Like Corbett said, I haven't seen it, so I can't vouch for anything
All right.
about it.
Okay. And until otherwise, we'll just leave it in C. Sound good, everybody?
All right. That's fine.
Okay.
I think we're pretty good at C. But I definitely want to put more there.
Okay, so we got B and A to deal with, so we'll go tackle that as we get to it. So let's get to it.
Who is defending Oliver and why?
I will not. That was Calvin's fight to fight.
I will defend it.
Okay, go on, Shay.
I actually really enjoy the story and the song or the music from who is it, Billy Joel? Billy Joel? I can't remember.
Shrug?
Yeah, hold on. I would Google it quick.
So the thing about Oliver that definitely at the time that it came out struck me as distinctly not Disney is it was trying to punch back at the the American Tail, essentially the Splinter Group, of former Disney animators and directors that went on to do their own thing. And Oliver is a targeted attack against them. Like, oh, we can do that, you assholes.
Mm-hmm.
It is ultimately spiteful. And I, as a child, did not appreciate it at all.
I want to see teenage Cormac, man. Like, what was his opinions? What was his like outlook?
Did you do studies on this when the movie came out? Like, this is a lot more information about the reasoning behind the story or the movie itself than what I picked up just watching.
So Oliver has a star-studded cast. They way overbuild on the number of famous people that they crammed into the movie.
Yeah.
It was also a commercial failure. These are things that I didn't know as a child when it was in theaters. But this is something that, like, when I saw it, there was something greasy about it.
Mm.
Like, I definitely got a cynical vibe from Oliver compared to what's supposed to be, like, the good-hearted, pure Disney juice.
The Zizzy juice tastes sour.
Right. It's depicting especially if you watch it today, it's depicting a very out-of-date caricature of city life in America.
Mm.
Yeah.
It is gritty about the level of, like, Old Rescuers, but not in a, like, not in the same, like, poor style that the original Rescuers had, but in sort of a more realistic, which was something that they were essentially feeling pressure from the studio that created American Tail, the studio that created
I like American Tail like a lot more.
And right, so this is Disney's attempt to crowd those guys out of the market. Even those guys had found a non-Disney flavor of animated film to sell to children.
Yeah.
So that sort of cynicism and reluctance, I feel, actually comes through when you watch the movie. That being said, as a result, I haven't seen it since I was a child in theaters.
Yeah. The only reason it was high because so Calvin was on this list, and he just recently had a niece that was born, and he spent basically an entire year watching some of these old Disney movies on repeat. So he a few of his opinions did sway this list, as you can tell. So I can't defend a few of these because I do not remember watching Oliver and Company as a child. So I can in all good conscience put it in B tier.
Oliver and Company was supposed to kill All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Then that hurts me because I like All Dogs Go to Heaven. Because I remember seeing that. I remember watching that at least twice.
At least twice.
At least twice. I remember seeing that pop up on TV. Oh, hey kids, wait for All Dogs Go to Heaven. Go down at 5:30 or shit like that.
Yeah.
So
no, I can see that coming from that new frame of perspective. I don't want to be so much invested in nostalgia to be no, it's gonna stay in B, but I am, as you may know, easily persuaded.
Yeah. Like always, like Cormac is a very persuasive human being.
But before I opened my goddamn mouth, what are the positives that you had to share about Oliver?
Yeah. Go on, Shay.
The story, the music. I enjoyed the story, how it's kind of a rise up from nothing. You overcome the bad guy, and all that. And there's some pretty good scenes in there. and then it's kind of filled with, like you said, a lot of known actors to voice act. You got fucking Cheech doing the little Chihuahua dog. I always loved him. That was funny shit. Just you had to.
Oh no, Pinocchio's in C, dude. Pinocchio's Pocahontas in E. Yeah, Pocahontas in E. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cannon Shell. Like, yeah. There's no fighting that. Pocahontas is an E tier. Like, oh, if you enjoy Pocahontas, man, then hey, more power to you. Like, just the majority of us here did not see it as a very entertaining movie, as well as a few of the themes and songs were not the best. Like, the only song like I can remember from it is "Paint with All the Colors of the Wind," and that is like that's not a bop. It's just like, oh, it's a song. Like,
speaking as an imperialist white person.
Go ahead. Yes, Corbeck. Assault your.
I think Pocahontas criminally let us off too easy.
Yep.
And if we're going to do historical backstory, I wasn't even going to pull this one out of my hat.
He has a hat, guys. He has a hat. Be careful.
I have a hat. So, the Native American consultant / fraud that worked with Disney on Pocahontas also worked with Star Trek when Voyager was writing their Chakotay character who would have spirit visions and all that other shit.
Oh, fuck.
So, essentially... okay, so... Canon, I think we're gonna back up a little bit. So, Native American Barbie is attractive. But this is not the waifu tier list.
You missed that one. The waifu tier list is a whole different tier list.
So the criteria.
And luckily, Corbeck can't give his white man opinions about that because they're all Asian. In any case, but real quick, yeah, go ahead, Corbeck, go back.
To bring you up to speed, we're sorting these in the tier list for their watchability in the eyes of a year 2019 person. So you are an adult or as close to an adult as you currently are. It's 2019. You have the choice of watching any of these movies. E tier is mostly there because it's boring.
Or just like the plot's just contrived, or just like it's just like, oh god, Cars? I would rather watch any other Marvel bullshit that's on Netflix right now.
Right. So scrolling down, we see actively problematic or terrible things.
Like, look at like one of the tiers before, just don't remember. Like if that explains this, yeah, it's all watchability.
Right.
And if you think Pocahontas should belong in D tier, then the C tier, then man, I wonder what's on your Netflix like recommended. I'm very curious. That's all I have to say. But okay, more power to you. Like if you like what you like that's just like the majority of what what's it called? The four of us here have decided. Like this is the revision of this tier list. In the very infancy of this tier list, Pocahontas was in E tier regardless. Well, this is after 3 more people saw the tier and was like, no, Pocahontas belongs there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like Dondre said earlier, Paint with All the Colors, which I love that song.
It's a good song.
It's a song. It's not a bop. Like if I explain this in millennial terms.
I'm gonna freeze you there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hold this thing up, but I will defend that one song. The song's not meant to be a bop. It is meant to be spiritual, relaxing. Okay. It's a smooth song. It's not a bop. It's smooth. No. And it's a good song.
I'm Savages
is an actively bad song.
Yeah, I agree with Corbeck as well. Like the only song that is worth mentioning from Pocahontas is "Paint with the Colors of the Wind."
And apparently that's only if you enjoy smooth music.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, Doug is the reason why Doug's in C tier is because of its diverse cast of characters. That's why it's there particularly, and I'm the only person who can really remember it. To be fair, and I enjoyed it I enjoyed it.
But even if he is the only person that
that's why Cars is in E tier. Like, you're understanding it. I don't know why you wanted to die on this hill about Pocahontas. Like, when's the last time you actively watched Pocahontas canon show? Like, please give me the exact date when you last watched Pocahontas.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah, come on. We're having a discussion. I'm not trying to attack you in any way, shape, or form. Okay, Sword and Stone. Even Cormac didn't say anything about that.
So actually, I did.
Okay.
I was trying to sick Shay on you about the squirrel.
Hi.
Yeah. No, I'm willing to listen. I'm very willing to listen.
So,
I just remember the last time Sword and Stone was on Disney Channel when I was like probably like 14 or so, 15, and I instantly changed the channel. Like I never had the interest to watch Sword and Stone.
It's pretty obscure from where I'm standing.
So, if it's actually a good movie, then hey, like younger me be damned. I'll move it up if you just think it deserves it.
I'm going to step away for half a second. I don't have the spirited defense for Sword in the Stone.
Shay does apparently. Shay does or Cannon Shout does, but I will not move Pocahontas because I actually like if I saw that movie on Netflix I would not watch it. Sword in the Stone I can be persuaded. Pocahontas I've seen the movie I would actually fall asleep watching it.
I will look up Colors of the Wind and then that's it. I will not watch that movie. I agree.
Yeah, what he said, what Nurko said.
Like, I won't even look up anything about Sword in the Stone because I've watched that and I was not enticed by the movie at all. Like,
super obscure is not. Sorry, I'm reading
Yeah,
the chat. My bad.
Yeah.
Super obscure is. It's not a plus.
Yeah, it's just from like, hey, this is me browsing Netflix. What movies would I be more inclined to watch?
But sorry, Shay, go ahead.
Oh,
Okay.
I do want to hear Corbett say.
So he says, Sword in the Stone is the only King Arthur Disney film. It's also super obscure. You have to have patience to understand and enjoy the film. I've watched that film multiple times.
Like me.
Saying is that, I mean, with the multiple times thing, at least he or she very clearly enjoy this movie. They've seen it, they enjoy it. It's something that's entertaining to them.
I will happily be wrong, but at the very least, I don't think it deserves higher than D tier.
Oh, also the ending is really good and climatic. Shay, do you have anything to add to that?
Can it show Lily James and the Giant Peach is in B tier? Don't give me that. Don't give me that. James and the Giant Peach is Lily high in B tier. Don't give me that.
And I'll keep it there.
Exactly. Like, dude, listen, the DuckTales the movies and it is an S. We're probably gonna talk about that, but it's hot. There's some obscure shit here.
For that.
I mean, honestly, even 101 Dalmatians is not all that popular.
Yeah, there is some obscure shit pretty high up on this list before we revise it. But at the very least, James the Giant Peach being in B, that's mainstream. I will fight you on that because I doubt a lot of kids have seen that movie. Yeah, James the Giant Peach is good, but it's not mainstream.
Not by any means.
Yeah, like the fact that some of this stuff is mainstream is for a reason, because a lot of people watch this stuff.
Two movies in A tier that are not mainstream in any way, shape, or form.
Go ahead.
From what I've 101 Dalmatians, I do not see people just slapping down on billboards at all, ever.
And the Aristocats!
Lady and the Tramp, I don't see people just throwing that on.
Lady and the Tramp, yeah, Lady and Tramp too.
These are not just, ooh, this is popular, let's just throw that. We ain't doing that. Not at all.
Yeah, this isn't just easy to understand stuff. This is Disney movies, so low key they're gonna be mainstream in your opinion. Dude, Frozen's I want Frozen to be in C tier personally, but we haven't got there yet.
Corbin.
Yeah, but we promise you they're not here because they are popular.
Yeah, that is not the thing. They're popular for a reason. I guess that's all I have to say for for my defense here, but Pocahontas just isn't that really interesting. And I haven't seen Sword in the Stone, and I will happily be wrong about Sword in the Stone. And I'm waiting for Corback right now to explain himself because I have not watched that movie.
Right.
I have fallen asleep.
With Corback back here, I wanted to hear your
please go on. Give me your high depth opinion.
About the squirrels or whatever you're trying to get me rattled into.
Okay. One final thing. I think I'd like to close the book on Pocahontas.
Yes.
Okay.
Because of all of the stuff here, Pocahontas was a real human being on Earth.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Her story was really fucking tragic and disappointing.
Yeah. Like, I have a D in history, and I know what happened to Pocahontas.
It was not like this.
Her showing up as an exceptionally photogenic sex symbol for a Disney film that actively harvested from historical events.
Yeah. So
it's pretty bad. They mess up the actual person in history. The events surrounding the person are just terribly represented.
And the movie itself is just not that entertaining as a, like, you know, even without that present knowledge intact. Like, and the only song that is really relevant from the movie is Paint with the Colors of the Wind. That's all I have to say.
It's like Rosa Parks in a Disney movie getting up a movie.
That's like Anne Frank in the movie.
Can you imagine that?
Dude, that'd be
Frank the
fucked.
Disney princess.
Oh god.
That'd be fun.
Stop!
Playing
That's
Home
fucked.
Alone
That's fucked.
on the Nazis and then
Oh my
escaping
God,
and living
that's
happily.
I mean, low key. That's literally the Peter Pan sequel movie. Low key.
So, but functionally, like the Disney taking grim fantasy fairy tales and doctoring them to the point of watchability for a mainstream audience in the era it was released, that's fine. And doing so to further refine the moral message is fine. Doing so to actual historical figures is completely fucked.
Yes.
And that is Pocahontas
Pocahontas
is
ain't moving.
negative representation.
And
Disney would be significantly better off not having made it from a general respect to that entire community of humans.
Mm-hmm. By the way, during this stream, I just have lo-fi hip-hop playing, so I hope this is appropriate.
Yeah, I mean, it's been good for me.
Okay, cool.
Corback, I
Yes.
almost want to jump from this Pocahontas over to Mulan.
That's an A tier. We haven't got there yet. Oh, that's S tier. We haven't got there yet. Wait, hold up. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later.
There's a lot going on here.
I will talk about. I can defend Mulan.
I don't have the highest opinion when it comes to Mulan.
I'm saying Mulan's iconic, and we haven't got there yet. So B tier. Focus on that first.
Once again, I think
Some
you
of the Ben B tier so hard.
really underestimate the effect of supporting stunt casting stars.
Okay.
Murphy.
Yeah. Okay. We haven't got there yet. We'll talk about that when we get to S tier.
Okay.
I'm not ready for that yet. You can compile my thoughts. B tier first. We'll get there when we get there.
All right.
Okay, real quick.
Math is math.
I'm just gonna say in chat, Cannon Shout said, you want to know how Hercules' story actually ends according to the Greek mythology? So the same with our, stuff with Pocahontas. Legit,
So
if you want to go that route, Hercules' story from Greek lore is actually terrible.
So, Canon Shout, I acknowledge that Grimm's Fairy Tales is all over this motherfucker. And doctoring the Kratos has more in shared with Hercules than the Hercules the movie. That's besides any of the point. Taking dubious moral mythology and condensing it into modern moral Disney animations for children is ultimately culturally acceptable. Performing that, putting actual historical figures through that same process is reprehensible.
Yeah, like, because at least at the end of the day, like, the Hercules stuff and some of these other stuff is, like, story tales. But, like, Mulan and then, like, Pocahontas, it was, like, actual people, right? I don't know about Mulan, but at least Pocahontas was actually a person. It was actually a person.
Pocahontas, actual person with a history that should not have been reimagined.
Exactly. Yes, I agree. And I agree with that.
Consumption of children.
I do not know anything. I don't really too much about Mulan. I don't know if that was just a fairy tale or if that actually happened. That's me. Because like I said, got it.
Mulan's actual person.
Okay, like I said, Goddine history. I only know about Pocahontas. Leave me alone.
Canon's now complaining that Hercules wasn't realistic enough, so you can fight him on.
Yeah, I'm not. Like I said, we're not in S and A tier yet. We're in B. We just got to B. We talked about that first.
So, B tier.
Yeah.
So are we moving Oliver? Because that was literally the last section we had.
Yes, please.
I'll move him to C.
All right,
between Bug's Life and Tarzan, please.
All right, that works for me.
All right, A tier.
And no, is there anything else in B tier that needs to get fixed? Because I'll move Frozen lower. Please give me a compelling argument. I'll move Frozen lower.
Okay, you don't gotta do that. It's like one of the only modern. I say classics. Fuck it. It's only one of the modern classics that Disney really has. Like Frozen 2 is here and there. I haven't seen it yet. I don't have an opinion. But Frozen, I mean, it was pretty good. Caused a whole movement. Like some overrating here and there. Yeah.
Well, like, I will definitely say the internet definitely has ruined Frozen. I will agree.
But it's a pretty good movie.
It's not going anywhere near A, but B or C at the least.
Yeah, no.
B or C at the least. That's me.
I would move down to C.
All right.
I would move down to C.
And I agree.
I don't think it belongs in C.
Mm.
I don't think it's better than Princess and the Frog.
Okay.
It's tough. It has some very excellent music.
Mm-hmm.
And except for the credit song, which they didn't let them re-sing, they actually hired a pop star.
That is Corbin. It is all good canon.
I'm sorry?
Oh, well, he was like...
he's saying he's sorry.
He agrees with you. Yeah, he agrees with you, and he just, like, and you didn't know our name, so that's all.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Hey, man, you just well...
Yeah, you just popped, you just
you just popped in, so...
It's all good.
Like,
cool. you came into this fight, you were ready!
Respect, yeah. Just... What? These dudes talk about Disney. I'm ready. I'll fight all of you. And you did. Respect.
Yeah. Hey, respect is respect, man. We're just giving our opinion, and that's all we can do on the internet here. Yeah, the way we just put the Illuminati symbol, that's the person you would agree with. I'm Kurokon, and the other voice on here, one of the other voices here is Nurko. We're the Chotakus!
Chotakus!
What's up, Cannon?
Nice to meet you.
The one thing I will say is in B, Fantasia, I was not captivated by the story.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's a bunch of mini stories.
Yeah, that's all I will say.
The music's fantastic.
Exactly.
That's the main point of Fantasia, though.
That's kind of the entire point of Fantasia.
And we've already established you put only fantastic music in C.
Mm. Looks at all the other movies below C. Big shrug.
No more comments.
I've been silenced effectively.
Kurokon.
Yes, me.
Defend the centaur.
From what?
Fantasia.
Shit.
They edited out.
Okay, wait, okay. Okay, listen. Like, okay, I feel like that whole scene was just, like, they took it out for a reason, right? Like, but
it's a product of its time. You can't take it out and be like it never happened.
I mean, that's the same as taking, that's the same as taking the Race of Crows out of Dumbo.
Okay,
but otherwise,
real quick, Disney totally has and can do that. Remember that there was indeed a point in time where Donald Duck was a Nazi. Where have you seen that lately?
Hey man, cheers. Yeah, right? Like, so, I mean, like, there's other things in Fantasia that I think definitely do keep it in B. I think just for the music alone and for, like, a few, like, you know, the big, demon, and as well as the room cleaning scene, like, to keep it in B.
And
At
plus,
least
I
in my
like their animation of some of them.
Yeah,
It's actually really good. Super trippy. Like, you watch it as a kid, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, right? Like, that Fantasia is definitely a Disney classic. So I think it definitely belongs in B.
And plus, it's the brooms. It's where the brooms came from.
Am I about to go open up a whole other thing of alcohol? Because, man, I would start drinking water. I'll go with some more alcohol.
Disney
Man,
classics.
I'm drinking water, man. I'm drinking water.
Oh, drinking water?
I'm drinking water.
Hey, Candy Shop's drinking some cider.
I'm drinking water.
Good Disney
Yeah?
classics
Okay.
that don't stand the test of time
Okay.
end up in C.
I would argue that Fantasia.
Then everything behind Fantasia goes down to C.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
Corbett, my only thing would be then.
Like Fantasia's dragging down.
Yeah, Fantasia.
Everything down with it.
Yeah, that's my only compromise.
That's the only thing.
You drag those down, but you put under Rescuers down under back into B. Put that bottom tier B.
If only Corbett agrees.
As long as Corbett agrees.
Okay, I've got no bone to pick with the Tigger movie.
Okay.
I think it probably belongs in
But-
C anyhow.
I mean, you're probably right, but I just remember like that, like me being like a young man, like that, like the Tigger having no family, like the little story beats that they had with that, like that was like literally like one time Winnie the Pooh has given me actual emotion besides. So, and Tigger as a character, it was actually pretty decent. Like the Tigger movie was actually pretty decent, but I will move it down to C.
Yeah, that sounds like a passing grade.
Yeah, and that's fine. But yeah, everything goes down with it.
Right. So,
Unless someone has a good ass reason for Rescuers or Robin Hood, everything behind Fantasia goes down to C.
Yep.
So, in a vacuum, I would rate Rescuers Down Under higher than Robin Hood.
Okay.
It is from the original classic era. It does have the disadvantages of that level of animation.
Mm-hmm.
It is, of all of the various attempts at Robin Hood, one of the most watchable versions of Robin Hood.
I can agree with that.
Like, you've got Men in Tights, which is funny.
Oh, hilarious.
Yes, I agree.
You've got, was it Kevin Costner's Robin Hood, which was watchable?
Mm-hmm. Was that the most? What's the most recent one? Was that it?
So the most recent one, they had like fucking riot shields.
Okay.
Assault arrows.
No.
Yep.
So
that's it.
And the Robin Hood before that was fucking a sequel to Gladiator with Russell Crowe.
Oh.
The last two Robin Hood movies have been so fucking terrible. Looking back on, hey, wait, you could just do it right. Like, it's right here. Like, the reason why I absolutely rate Robin Hood above Fantasia is if you're, like, playing a video game and you've got something in the background, Fantasia beats just about everything on this list.
Okay.
if you're actually going to sit down for a movie and a plot end to end, Robin Hood actually tells a complete story, doesn't have fucking terrible characters, has decent music, and adequate animation.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
No, hey, like I said, I see a very compelling argument because, like I said, everything behind Fantasia was going down with it. So, because as much as I have problems with Big Hero 6, I think it does belong in B tier. I think it does. Though it's really like it's kind of same problems it has with like Spider-Man. Like if Spider-Man was on a Spider-Man Homecoming was on a Marvel tier list, I would put it in B. B or B high C.
That's fair because I actually fell in love with every single character. The 6, I enjoyed the aunt, I enjoyed the character, I enjoyed the brother who died. They actually developed a character who died first before just straight up killing them. Which is, they don't do that.
So, like, Big Hero 6 is pretty good. It's literally the only thing that brings down Big Hero 6 for me is the ending.
Villain.
Okay, that's fair. That villain is fair. But it's just like, it's really the ending was like, oh, we just make a whole new Baymax. That's where you lost me.
I mean, that makes sense. He's kind of just a computer, though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like, that's kind of where it's like, oh, it kind of just like takes away the weight of his sacrifice at the end. That's me, at least.
Which is completely fair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure the three of us did do a Marvel tier list, and I got it saved somewhere.
We might have.
It was a ton of fun.
Yeah. Oh, we talked about it. I don't know if we actually like had a whole like.
No. It was using this interface.
Oh, was it really?
We made it.
Okay. Okay.
I will find it.
It
Let me
was
use the bathroom
immediately
real quick.
after seeing
Homecoming?
Spider-Man Euro Trip.
Oh no, it was not Homecoming. What's it called?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Hey,
Far From Home. Far From Home. That's what I meant. Far From Home. That's what I meant for this whole thing I was saying.
Euro trip.
But yeah, so I think Big Hero 6 is the back runner of B. If that is okay with everybody. Because otherwise, everything else about Big Hero 6 is okay. And they even got a whole TV show, which is actually really good. Like, the Monster of the Week formula really works for the characters.
I'm Baymax, your personal healthcare companion.
Except for you! You should have been dead.
Given the way things have shaken out,
Yes.
I'll concede the point.
Okay.
Big Hero 6 did not get me.
Yeah.
I'm certainly very sentimental about a lot of things below it.
Mm-hmm.
It's more modern entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
It's got excellent animation, and you can just get absorbed watching it. It's got a Stan Lee cameo.
Yes.
Which is practically cheating at this point.
Yeah, that's a good free card.
And while it suffers from a bad villain,
Yep,
and some weak characterization, I don't think Shaggy was.
Yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, his whole thing was kind of irrelevant. Everyone else kind of has like a decent enough motivation, or is more like pretty interesting.
Right. So I would have cut the team a little bit, but it's number 6, I guess. So that being where it is fine.
Okay, I'm glad this is really the first one where we're like, yeah, that's fair.
Right. But as the backstop for B.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some troubled development.
Looks at Atlantis and fucking cringes. Also with the treasure planet and cringes.
Right.
I have returned.
Just in time.
All right. Welcome back. So we're about to talk about Treasure Planet.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So, once again,
just kill me. Do it. Shoot me.
So, if I thought I was tired of Seven Samurai,
Yep.
Treasure Island is definitely not something I would put on B tier this list. Of the movies that we've given penalties for poor use of integrated CG, Treasure Planet holds up the weakest even when compared to Tarzan.
But as a D&D player, wouldn't you love to make a campaign in the Treasure Planet world?
That's cheating, so you need to stop that.
Just...
No, he's got a point.
Yeah.
Much rather do that than rewatch Treasure Planet.
And that's why Treasure Planet is C tier. Continue, Corbin, please. I like your opinions.
So, it's got one or two good memes.
Yeah.
It's
hit the whoa.
an incredibly tragic and troubled development.
Oh man.
It is, from a story perspective, if you're going to follow what was going on inside of Disney and who was getting fucked over while Treasure Planet was being made, it's an amazing story of how Treasure Planet ended up so mediocre.
You have a lot of outside influences influencing your perspective of movies you're supposed to just watch for the entertainment value of the movie itself, I feel.
He has a point.
I drink a lot tonight.
As I let inform you earlier, every method of debate is on the table.
Mm-hmm.
We have discussed the socio-political implications of whitewashing Native American victimization.
It's true.
We've talked about the real historical grim fairy tales, and we're definitely going to talk about how Treasure Planet was hung out to dry and made to fail.
Exactly, and you know what?
For political reasons inside of Disney.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It is a bad movie. It isn't the best way to watch Muppet Treasure Island. And
said Muppet down.
It is brought down by these things. I would put it on par with the right ahead of Tarzan. It doesn't even have the music.
Dang, you're right though. Like
Tarzan does.
I agree. Like, the only thing that I like about Treasure Planet is the world. That's the only reason why it was in B tier from the infancy of this tier list. I just like the world and a few of the select characters of this world from Treasure Planet. And as a D&D fan...
World building potential is huge there.
Mm-hmm. So that's the only reason why it was in B tier. It's just like at the very back of it. But man,
potential just untapped. It failed. I can see why BC now.
Yeah. So that's fair. Like I'm not gonna fight that. I'm not gonna die on this hill. Like it's really A tier and up where I'm like, I gotta load my gun. Corvettes coming for my ankles.
Yeah. Because there's a lot in S and A that's going to fill B back up.
He says that! Mike! Save me! Mike, help me!
And it's time to make some more room.
Anything else in B? Anything else in B you want to say before we start getting to a fight, Cormac? We already fight about them there Pokemans. If you want to fight about this being A tier, we gonna have some problems there, brother.
So Peter Pan.
Okay.
Peter Pan
is C at best.
And I'm willing to agree with you on that, fella.
Cannot fight him.
I'm willing to agree with you on that. It definitely beats Robin Hood at the very least, in my opinion. Captain Hook and the Lost Boys really bring up the cats than the Robin Hood folk. That's just my opinion, because I ain't no damn furry like that there shady boy. I'll stop talking like that, but yeah, that's just how I feel.
So, I would definitely say that Peter Pan had a time.
Okay. Peter
Pan does have really unfortunate Native American representation.
Definitely, yes.
Yep.
Especially in the live action remake with Robin Williams. Remember that shit?
Yeah, I don't.
So Hook was a sequel.
Okay, that was a sequel, but yeah, you know what I mean.
And I would much rather rewatch Hook.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. That's why Return to Neverland's pretty high up compared to the original. That's just in our opinion. Me fighting Calvin, because I do like Return to Neverland better than the original Peter Pan. That's just me. Nostalgia, probably, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Peter Pan.
We're gonna get there.
Yes, we're gonna get there. Now I'm willing to die.
So I would say, from an objective quality perspective,
Okay.
especially given the music,
Mm-hmm.
I would put it behind Fantasia.
Wow. Yeah, okay. Damn.
Everything I leveled about Fantasia, some of its unfortunate things, in its general watchability, Peter Pan does not hit with any of the music. Book is
but can you look me in the eye and say Tinkerbell was not a baddie?
Oh my god. Have you seen my wish list?
You know what? Fair enough. As long as you can agree,
No.
Tinkerbell was thick. We can put Peter Pan behind Fantasia.
I mean, I would personally be one to watch Peter Pan more than Fantasia again.
Yeah, I would also agree. Like movie standpoint was.
All right,
That's the only reason.
I could see it higher.
No.
I just
Just
don't
for-
see it in.
for
It's
that.
not B.
Yeah. Okay, then that's, you know what? I'm okay with that. And James the Giant Peach gets to stay in B as I move this down.
James and the Giant Peach. There's been too many spirited arguments about it.
Okay.
When
We've
I
talked
saw it
about-
in theaters as a child, I thought it was a giant downer, and the peach juice was gross.
Okay.
And like, I was a pretty morose kid.
Mhm.
It should have been my jam, and it wasn't.
Okay.
But you guys really felt good about it, and it's gonna have some neighbors. So
You keep. I can feel his smile. I can feel his smile. I hate you, Cormac. Because there's some stuff in A and S that I think are fit. As long as you don't attack Wally and everyone's new groove, we might still be able to be friends after this, Cormac. That's all I have to say. Don't touch Wally. Don't talk shit about Wally. I don't hear a thing about Wally. It stays in S.
I might need another drink before.
I might pour myself another drink. I got work at 5.
I'll be a little mad if you come after Stitch, just for the sole reason. We'll get into that.
Yeah, but we get into that.
right. So
I-
let's continue to talk about what's left in B.
Okay.
Just Frozen? Or then-
Honestly, because when you get up B, I'm getting tired.
Okay, so we want to move on.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have a solid argument for something that needs to be?
Absolutely. If you got something to say about B,
I don't move. I'll move Frozen down. Let me say anything wrong with Frozen. I'll move down to C. Say anything. Say
I will
anything.
argue for Frozen. I will argue for Frozen.
Cormac says anything. I'll move to C.
Frozen
That's not how
is
this works.
minimum B.
Okay.
all right.
Like I said, I'm willing. Like I will agree. It is definitely not below Big Hero 6. But I'm just thinking like
So-
on a
Just
just like
Frozen's not bad. I got more hype
just personally, I just what they did in Kingdom Hearts kind of makes me mad about Frozen. Low key,
Okay,
that's the
let's
reason.
just Kingdom
Well,
Hearts
I know,
three,
I
Blue
know,
Stone,
I
Disney,
I
I'm
know,
Oh
I know. That's why I'm so open to moving into C. That's all I was explaining. Like, because objectively, I don't think Frozen is a bad movie. I'm just willing to move it lower because I'm mad at it.
Frozen.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm willing to do that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Well, you got B2.
My-
All right.
So-
And that's fine. That's fine.
If we're
I was explaining, but I will be transparent. No, stop it! Stop it! No, stop! Cormac, kill me in person! Cormac, kill me in person! Cormac, kill me in person! Okay, Cannon, you weren't even part of this discussion. Cannon, you weren't even part of this discussion.
all right.
Just kill me in person, Cormac. Just kill me in person. You'll be more satisfied. I promise you.
All right. So Frozen stays where it is.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm being overly biased.
Overwhelmingly, it's
I-
there.
I'm being overly biased. I think it's okay with B, and I think it's better than Big Hero 6.
So
I'm just being very biased.
Does anybody have a problem with Princess and the Frog? No? Meet the Robinsons?
Friends on the Other Side is good. Meet the Robinson has a really good it's better up in my opinion.
Alright, then I'm going to make a call here. A tier.
Let's go.
All right. Okay, moving to A tier. We're moving down to B.
Okay. Loading machine gun.
Right. What is...
No, I agree, Cannon. You're good. Yeah, I agree. Frozen is better than Big Hero 6. Like I said, Frozen is definitely better than Big Hero 6. I said that. That's all. I'll go on record on saying that. I'm just mad about Kingdom Hearts. That's all.
All right. Name the Tangled song that's better than Let It Go.
Well, I mean, damn.
This thing just killed everyone.
Corbett?
Yes.
On either of those, I don't know any songs.
All right.
Tangled is held up by its characters, though.
I do like the characters in Tangled better than Frozen.
The music, right? But the music in Tangled. Oh, all right.
Cannon, I have to disagree on that one.
I'm fine. Fine with that.
The music in Tangled is poor.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But it has good, very, very good characters.
Very good characters, and the villain was a lot more believable than Hans switching to the bad guy side. Because twist villains don't work in Disney movies.
So, and it seems the modern era of Disney just can't do villains well at all.
Yep.
So, if we're going to accept Tangled as having better characters, we're just going to decide to weight characters better than music.
Yeah, that's really where it comes down to, because honestly,
the Tangled villain is fucking terrible.
Yes, but it's better than Hans in my opinion.
And there you go. So,
because we start writing music, Let It Go.
Yeah, because if we go, dude, I like. Do you want to build a snowman? I like that one.
Yeah, so we're gonna leave music down there because otherwise, we're going way further than it should be.
Honestly.
Right. So, let's see.
And Yo Cannon, that's a very I do agree with that point.
Right. And also, even in Marvel, they have trouble getting the villains done right.
Yeah.
It seems to be across all of their properties, even Star Wars, they fuck up the villain.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So you see Rise of Skywalker, Corback. I'm looking forward to talking with you later. I'm looking forward to talking to you later, Corback. We are going to have a long ass talk. I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
All right.
I need to watch that yet as well. So
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying shit. I'm not saying shit. I just want to talk to Corback. I want to have an in-depth discussion.
So,
I want to be there.
Okay.
Kurokon,
Yes.
I want you to defend the villain of Wreck-It Ralph.
What was the villain?
You know it was the Candy Mare dude who was like you would hit a guy with glasses. You hit a guy with glasses. Well played.
Forgot about him.
You're not helping my argument, Mike. You're not helping my argument. At the very least, the villain is more memorable than Moana's villain.
I remember the bugs more than I remember the mayor.
The villain is more memorable than Moana's villain, and
I disagree because I remember Moana's villain.
It was Moana's villain.
It's a fucking island goddess. Actually, fight me. Oh, not to mention, there's also a giant fucking crab.
Yeah, Shiny is a good fucking song.
Shiny is a good song. Shiny is a good song.
What I'm saying is get out of here without me. Get out.
I'm just saying, that's me defending that, and I can't defend Wreck-It Ralph's villain because I don't remember his name.
I remember the bugs more than I remember the villain.
Wreck-It Ralph is worse than Big Hero 6, and I don't think it even belongs in B tier.
I can't fight for it.
I want to put it low B tier. I want to put it low B tier at the very least, because at the very least,
why do you want it in B?
I think I would rather watch Wreck-It Ralph than Big Hero 6 personally, because I think Wreck-It Ralph's story, at the very least, like being the end, is more entertaining than Big Hero 6's.
Entertainment value.
It's just pure entertainment value. I do enjoy Wreck-It Ralph's story than Big Hero 6's, just a tad bit more, and the villain at the end of it, quote unquote, is just a lot more like, oh, what the fuck, and he's entertaining throughout than Big Hero 6 villain who's just like, I am Marvel villain, which takes the Marvel villain bad tropes and brings it into the Disney movies, which should not happen.
I can't agree with that.
My motivations are stupid because I didn't talk to the main character.
To Big Hero 6, yeah, I would say.
Yeah, at the very least, comparing Wreck-It Ralph to Big Hero 6. I can at least have it in B. I would at least rather have it in B. And just I'm a simple game nerd. I see, the villain, what's it called? Anonymous. Yeah, the villain support group is a good scene. And some of those other.
I liked the trailer to Wreck-It Ralph too.
Yeah. Okay.
The movie sucks. Like the core themes and the morality is about being a dad nerd and then introducing your child to games and stepping aside and making your child the hero. The fuck of it is, the child is Sarah goddamn Silverman.
Okay, her voice is annoying. Her voice
does not pull that off at all.
No.
And so you've got all the B plots are in Wreck-It Ralph. You've got the pop culture references. You've got fucking Q*bert. But like that is just like video game movie quality.
It's all types of characters.
Right.
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph is a C movie.
Okay.
The villain is a fucking afterthought. He starts out as just a series of candy puns as the antagonist in a fucking Mario Kart racer, when the entire movie falls apart in its third act.
I can't defend. The Wreck-It Ralph was not one of the ones I was willing to go to defend, but I did enjoy. There's some surface level enjoyment, like as far as entertainment value. I would probably watch Wreck-It Ralph before I watch Big Hero 6. That's just me. But the points you brought up are very, very well, because I can't remember Wreck-It Ralph's villain too vividly. I do remember Big Hero 6's, so that is fair. And Tanaka's whole thing, like, it was a lot more heartfelt Big Hero 6's. But I just, like I said, the endings was the only problem with Big Hero 6 for me. But Wreck-It Ralph it was just kind of like turn your brain off enjoyment and pop culture references. So fair enough.
All right. So somebody tell me why 101 Dalmatians is somehow better than the other classics.
Anyone want to take this one? I'm not one to die on this hill.
I would put it below Snow White.
I feel like Kuro's looking at me for some reason.
Nice, I should. What is it? Okay, so Cannon is yelling in the chat right now. Cannon is yelling. They're that's the reason why he was kind of saying, the cameos in Dumb, besides the pop culture references aside, purely as a story, that is where Wreck-It Ralph falls flat. Because it is definitely 100% turn your brain off enjoyment. I will definitely give it that. But as a you try to analytically okay, what makes this a good movie? That's kind of where it falls flat, and I can kind of agree with Corbett there. Because literally my only real enjoyment was oh hey, I'm a Sonic fan. I see Sonic. That's.
Hey, Dr. Eggman.
I don't know. Well, I'll at least put it above the two Princess movies, because I've 100% watched Wreck-It Ralph before those two. And that's fair. But yeah, 101 Dalmatians, I'm willing to put it. I got none. Oh, I got none for 101 Dalmatians.
The live action has a fucking what's his name?
Cruella de Vil's a good Cruella de Vil's a definitely a rather outlandish villain, but not really a good one. Because I was about to say she was a good villain, but she's more just outlandish.
And 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, I would definitely put Wreck-It Ralph over Ready Player One. I'll give you that there, Cannon. I'll say that.
Oh my god.
I'll say that.
Cannon.
I'll say that.
Completely agreed.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Ready Player One's a bad movie.
Yes,
Wreck-It Ralph contains pieces of how bad Ready Player One was.
Mm-hmm.
Think of them like giant weights tied to the ankles of Wreck-It Ralph, dragging it down the tier list. Ready Player One was the condensed, example of things that were wrong.
That's because it has Ruby characters in it, but that's I didn't say that. But any case, yeah, where you all put it, Corbeck? Because I'm not no one here is defending 101 Dalmatians.
101 Dalmatians is after Snow White.
Okay. Fair enough.
Similar classic. It's got a grittier art style, like Oliver and the first Rescuers movie. It is before the Renaissance, and it has not aged.
I was about to say, I would rather watch Bugs Life vs. 101, but as I thought about it, it's honestly a toss up. I could watch either one and be entertained equally. Yeah, I got nothing to say.
I'd still watch either of those two over Snow White. Snow White.
I agree as well.
Okay, let's put it behind Oliver then.
Oh, behind
Oliver.
That's fair.
All right.
Because I like Cinderella's characters a lot.
As generic as it is, it's all right.
All right, keep going, Corbeck. I haven't had to use a shotgun yet.
Right. So,
you heard me, Wreck-It Ralph, but you're right.
Jungle Book has some good songs.
Yes.
The villain song is bad.
Of course.
The two villains are not great.
Nope.
And it contains reused animation from Robin Hood.
Yeah. So he explained himself. I like Cruella de Vil than whatever forgettable villain that was in Jungle Book.
The Hypnosis Snake or the Shere Khan.
Yes.
Yeah, Shere Khan.
Are not as good a villain as Cruella de Vil.
And that's why there's never a Jungle Book world in Kingdom Hearts. But guess who popped up in Kingdom Hearts? The 101 Dalmatians. Eat shit. I'm joking. Kingdom Hearts is never a good argument. I don't want to die today. Please. Move it.
Okay.
That was me being a shit memer. Let's keep moving to A tier.
Let's talk about another movie that belongs in B.
Okay.
And I'm getting ahead of myself, but Toy Story 2.
What? Nope.
Okay.
Wrong. Nope. Not.
All right.
Nope.
You are getting ahead of yourself.
You're absolutely. That's there was a leap and then there was a jetpack jump. You took a jetpack jump.
You ain't following style here, friend.
When you least expected it. I've had my eyes on that one since the beginning.
What the fuck?
I don't agree. It's second S.
Okay, it stays an S, but definitely not fucking B.
It's not B.
Fuck no, it's not B. I like Toy Story 2 more than the original.
I'm gonna say Toy Story 3 goes B, but that's just me.
And I can compromise on that. I can compromise on that.
But Toy Story 2? No,
absolutely not. I like Toy Story 2 way too much.
My gosh.
We can
you are out boomered here, the millennials have you here.
Close to the
Zootopia deserves to be in C? Are you out of your fucking gourd?
All right, let's go.
No, down, boy. I'll get the water.
Hurt.
No, down.
But no, Zootopia was good.
Zootopia deserves A. Like, I would cry if it got down to B tier, but it deserves A. Like, at the very least, Zootopia is actually
like Meet the Robinsons is really good, and Zootopia is better than Meet the Robinsons. So,
Yep.
and Meet the Robinsons is the gatekeeper of B.
And I will fight anybody who tries to
Like you have to beat me. You have to beat Meet the Robinsons to get in the A. That is how I feel.
I really wish I'd seen Meet the Robinson.
It is.
Dude, it has the messages about family and the ending is better than Up, honestly, in my opinion.
If it was up to me, I would move Meet the Robinsons higher.
Yes.
I don't feel like going up that hill.
Well, I want to move up down to B tier just because the opening keeps it in A. But I want it down behind Meet the Robinsons because I think Meet the Robinsons has the better kind of like family story than Up, in my opinion.
So let's bring down.
Yes.
All right.
Up.
Okay.
Aristocats, Coco, Moana,
Okay.
and Lady and the Tramp into B tier, and make some room.
Oh wait, what other movie? Coco. Oh, Coco. I watched Coco. It was alright. Coco was alright. Coco was alright.
Good, actually.
I would put it. I put bottom A. Yeah, I keep Coco bottom A.
Not moving Coco to B. That ain't happening.
So there's this other movie called Kubo and the Two Strings.
That's on this list. That's on the list, Corbeck. That's on this list, Corbeck.
I understand, but holy fuck, it and Coco.
Because I know what you're talking about.
Disney has plagiarized
because I know exactly what you're talking about, and I get it. But as far as Disney movies, then Coco is compared to Disney movies, and if that movie was so good, then Coco definitely deserves to be low A.
Because I'll fight you. If you try to move Lion King out of that.
Aristocats up, and what else? Moana? Yeah, I got everything.
You got everything but Coco. Coco stayed in A.
Yeah, Coco stays in bottom A.
Let's talk about ethics.
Okay.
Ethics in Disney movies.
Racist crows. We get it, Corbeck. We get it.
Coco, and this is a preface because I'm definitely going to have the same fight against Soul once it shits its way down into E tier.
Wait, what movie?
Soul.
What's Soul?
Which is Soul?
It's the next Pixar movie with the
yeah. Say no more. Yeah, dude. Like it's right there with the bad dinosaur with me, like the good dinosaur. I mean, like yeah.
I'm gonna Google this. What is this?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm sad.
Like the Soul trailer is like, oh, I guess I could watch that, and then it turns.
Yep.
So, I have similar problems with Coco. And that comes with ethics.
Yeah.
And that comes with portraying a version of the afterlife for a specific ethnic group. And in that afterlife, telling people, oh, well, money and fame, that's not, money is not important. Live your meager artistic life, so long as people remember you. And ultimately, the villain wins by that criteria.
Yeah, by all technicality, that is actually
the villain successfully murders the person who should have been famous. That person does dissolve in memory eventually, and the famous person, even reviled, continues to exist. Coco describes an afterlife in which you die twice, and it's heartbreaking.
Guys,
it's not an A-tier film.
Guys, Corbeck saying the words. Corbeck's saying the words that make my mind hurt. Corbeck saying the big brain. Corbeck making the big brain. Me small brain. Me like Coco. Won't do.
I mean, yeah, but if you're gonna But yeah, and while what you just said is absolutely like shitty, genuinely, if we're gonna argue just ethics, representation, and all that, this is a movie that shows just a nice, well, not in the way you just described, but the way most people see it.
What is happening? What the hell?
Oh, we're having a tier list discussion about Disney. So you're not into it. I just skedaddle.
I don't know.
Why is it a tier list? This is
If we've been at it for hours, you're not into it. I skedaddle.
I agree.
But yeah, Coco is a really big thing for people. Nice family message, good representation of culture, and I think a lot of people were into it. I'm really proud that they were being seen in a Disney film where a lot of things were arguably whitewashed and people weren't really feeling things. I think it did really well. And yes, I see what you're saying.
And the music is good. And the music is really good.
It is still making a pretty good. Like you don't deep dive, just did, which is a valid thing to do.
Yes.
But if you don't do that, it has a really good and very heartwarming message.
Yeah, and like the few moments, like actually, like I actually feel like genuine human emotion watching this movie than the majority of these.
Like,
movies.
it's not bad because it's bad. It's bad if you go like.
Technically, if anything, I put Inside Out behind Coco, in my opinion.
Yes, because Happy's actually a piece of shit.
Exactly. Well, we haven't got there yet, but Coco is like.
I think Coco was a big step forward in representing the Hispanic just populace, and which is
community.
Community. Thank you. Which is something that's super ignored. Like people,
especially with what our current president was when this movie came out.
Yeah, people are very big on, yes, people are very understanding with certain minorities, like, yes, you need to have black representation, yes, you need to have the LGBTQ plus representation, you need to have blah, 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 women representation, but then you got Hispanics, who are there, but just kind of thrown to the wayside, and Coco was not only showing them in a very grandiose stage, but did it well, and had a very heartwarming message behind it, and just all, I feel like this is a really big just thing that they did really well and should be
and even me putting like a second of thought into Coco, this does not make it it doesn't make it into a bad movie. Like I still like thoroughly enjoy Coco. Like, okay, yeah, dying twice, like that sucks, but Dragon Ball Z is the most revered thing on this planet.
I'll just leave.
Oh yeah, and it's just fun to watch. Like we're gonna leave everything out of it. It's just fun to watch. Honestly. And the dude does get away with this stuff, but
by all technicality, yes, the main villain does still gets to thrive. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. But yeah, the dude, you probably said this. But yeah, so the dude does, in all technicality, the way you just explained it, but within the context, he got ratted out. He kind of got murdered, and. Man just got his comeuppance. So,
okay, Gabriel and Glass is like, hey, I can't forgive that for making a good movie, but otherwise.
I will only accept Coco as the backstop of A.
And that's fine. I'm not willing to move. I'm not willing to move further.
I was gonna say if Meet Robinson is B, and Coco has to go to B, it would go ahead of Meet Robinson.
And I agree. I agree with that. That's why I think it's the backstop of A. Because it's just that above Meet the Robinsons. That's my opinion.
Yep.
Because if Meet the Robinsons his main reason for being the stop point of B is because it's family message. The Coco precedes it. Like Coco takes those ideals and goes forward with it. In my opinion.
All right.
Yeah. Treasure Planet is in C.
So I also just got back from watching the trailer for Soul Korvik, and
it's disappointing.
I'm not sure what it's trying to. I don't know what it's trying to tell me.
Exactly.
So
I could give you a blow by blow.
Treasure Planet has a really good world. I had it in B currently, but it got bumped down to C. That's sadly where it is.
Alright, so we done with A tier?
No, I'm not done at all.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Kill Inside
So,
Out. Get it.
Let's talk about
Oh
things
yeah. You can get Inside Out.
that aren't as good as Coco.
Mm-hmm.
So, from a good for children, like they're vitamins sort of movie, I think Inside Out is better for general audiences.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, don't go after Ratatouille. Well, we'll scrap right now.
Right. Well, I'm getting there.
We'll scrap. We'll
Oh,
scrap.
yeah, me too.
Put Inside Out ahead of Coco, please.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's good where it was.
Okay. I was.
I like Grace Mouse Detective more.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have that argument later.
Yeah, that's fine.
So the next thing that I don't think belongs in A
He's about to do it.
is Ratatouille.
Okay, so what you gotta say, Corbin. I say it, and then me and Michael both all out attack you. Let's go. Say what you gotta say.
All right. So I'll do the opening argument.
Go ahead.
Ratatouille needs to drop down. So
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm actually pissed.
The villain of Ratatouille is critical analysis.
Okay. He just took my point. Like I was about to say, hey, I'm not even going to talk about that random chef. I was like, oh, you fool, Corbett! It's true conflict.
Don, just shut up. Corbin, keep going.
I know. She just got me. She got me right. I'm fucked.
So.
I'm not budging him. Oh well, I might, but you're gonna have to make a damn good argument. Go ahead.
All right. I like the idea of a food movie.
Okay.
A France movie, and a more modern 3D film. It did human characters good for the first time Pixar has done it. The premise of art is for artists, and you even have characters like, oh, I don't get it. And that being some sort of not just talent, but a demonstration that they are living, artists are living better lives. And that is a theme throughout the entire movie. This rat trying to cook because he's driven by something that puts him a cut above other people. And then the capstone, the thesis of the movie is critics are dejected scumbags. Critical analysis is, and the act of critiquing art is by cynical non-doers who couldn't art themselves. Ratatouille is art is for the artists. It is a terrible moral message. And ultimately does not have a villain or a moral backing. It is worse than Up.
What? Okay.
I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree.
Exactly. Me too.
Because honestly, at the end of the day, like, yes, it is not something to be hosted above others as a "I'm better than you" grandiose statement. But at the end of the day, artist is for the artist. Critical analysis doesn't actually really matter because art in itself is a subjective topic.
Yep. And piggybacking off that point, literally the main person who was supporting Remy was one of those critical analysis people. He literally just he quit his he got fired for his job for giving an accurate review of this person's actual ability. And Remy himself was actively trying to seek better living / trying to better himself as a rat, aka a person.
Oh, Cannon Shout says also critical analysis is subjective, especially when it comes to art.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, art is totally subjective.
Yeah. So because of what the subject matter is, that being the focus of art, should it be held up above others as "I'm better than you"? This is a thing that no. It shouldn't, because it doesn't make you better than anybody else. You are an artist. That's great, and what you choose to do with that talent is here or there.
Mm-hmm.
However, art's something that's really hard to critically analyze, and really not something to be critically analyzed unless you want it to be. It is subjective. It is actually for the artist, like I said earlier. And at the end of the movie, yeah, like the restaurant was kind of shut down because the man was like, "Hey, decent food, but this man's a rat, and this place definitely has problems. Get this shit out of here."
Yeah, and that's the very same person who, like, you know, like posted his honest review. Like, he, like, you know what, like he was honest with, like, he actually enjoyed the stuff. Like, he wasn't stuck about it. Like, he literally just said, like, ew, the stuff was disgusting. I was getting food by a damn rat. But no, he gave his it really is like a heartfelt like message of like, be who you are. Like, don't let anything hold you back, even if you are a rat that knows how to cook or someone who doesn't know how. Like, if you want to do something, go out and do it. The only thing holding you back is yourself. That's at least what I got from this movie.
And yeah, and I'm gonna support that because at the beginning of the movie, Remy wasn't some person who was, oh, I'm gonna cut above the rest because my taste and my sense of smell. Oh, my flavor.
Like, he just wanted better things for his people. Like, yo, guys, we could be doing better. Like, listen.
And he was actually an outcast. Like,
yeah,
they're like, hey, we are rats. We don't do this.
Yeah, there were people like legitimately just like saying like, yeah, we're stuck in our ways. Like, I'm here. Like, and I can see that as being like, oh yeah, those are like, you know, showing that Remy being the person who was according to the artist, and people was like, oh, that's just a drawing, man. Who cares? Like, I can see where you're coming from that standpoint, but it really just kind of seems like a self-improvement kind of movie. Like, this is a like I said, like, you gotta be who you want to be. Like, you know, don't let anything hold you back. Like, if you want to, and like, even then, he had a whole like set of in his new restaurant that he made. He had a whole thing for his people. Like, he brought his people up with him. Like, hey guys, I'm not gonna forget about you. I'm not better than you. We're all equal. We're a family. We work together. Like, even in part of the movie.
And the whole end of the movie is.
Yeah, really.
Like the big climax. Just hold on. I was right.
Yeah,
like the big climax is kind of, son. They're talking to the dad, talking to Remy. Son, I don't understand what you're doing. I don't get what you're doing, but you care about it, and I'm gonna be here and support you because that's just what family does. Mm-hmm. And that is one of the best messages that can be passed on. You don't have to understand what everybody's doing. You don't have to even 100% believe in what everybody's doing, but they enjoy it. It is something that they get inspired from and get some happiness, and just because of that sheer fact, support them, help them if they need it.
Yep, like the movie says, anybody can cook. Anybody can cook.
That was a big part of the climax. So
yeah,
I think Ratatouille should stay where it is.
Yeah, I think Ratatouille is very good, like very good A-tier movie, and like at the very least, Up has whole tonal whiplash.
Yeah, and also Ratatouille, like if we leave all that sentimental deep analysis out of it, as just a turn your brain off movie, it's just good. It's just funny. Just good to watch.
Up actually does not make any sense, and it is not funny in the majority of it. It just makes me sad.
Just, you got the sassy woman, just that random side characters that are just really memorable. Just, I killed a man with this.
Yeah, the other cooks,
Don't know how, but
even that one douchebag cook that was trying to get them fired, like he was pretty memorable.
He was hilarious.
And the hallucination of the
chef.
Yeah, the chef.
No,
like
he's honestly the only one I don't remember. Genuinely. Just got left out for me.
Yeah,
and fair because he died.
If anything, yeah, Ratatouille stays like way above Up because like Up's really main selling point is its opening and its like ending. That's about it. Like the whole rest of the movie is honestly just some, in my opinion.
But Up also has Doug, the talking dog.
Who cares? Says the furry.
Oh hey. Listen.
But yeah.
Unfortunately, you don't get A tier by having dogs in your movie. So,
but yeah, Ratatouille is like that. At least that's how we feel. Ratatouille, with Corbett.
That's how we feel. Ratatouille, I think it's a.
Yeah, it really stays there.
To artist's objective is it is the middle of the night. We've survived Christmas, and we are partaking in a fucking tier list.
Yeah, touche.
The monologue that they give to the villain who's been reformed by being reminded of childhood trauma, where he just adopts the voice of the writer and says, "Art is for the artists. I was wrong to even consider judging art."
Okay.
Where that is exactly what we're doing right now. The way in which they change his family over the course of his story, like his family transforms and he doesn't. Like the rat does not have an arc. He starts right, and he eventually convinces people that he's right. His family is depicted as not just not getting it, but not having the proper senses to get it.
Yeah, definitely the brother definitely is.
The brother is literally depicted as being a plebeian and incapable of seeing the art. And the message the movie gives is, well, if you don't get it, be supportive of the artists that do.
I don't know, man. I see a lot of artists out there. Like, I don't know, there's names or whatever. Mostly because I don't remember them because I have names. But, like, let's just say the cosplayers. That's the example. There's a cosplayer, just for example. They made a costume. It was good. It was excellent from what I saw, actually. It was very close to the character. And they got ripped on because of one really just stupid flaw. But it was good. And had they just, believed in it and stuck with it, just made art for the artist, it could have just gone by. But they took it down, let it go, because people just ripped it apart. Analyzed it, just criticized it, and I don't know. I see what you're saying, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Art is kind of for the artist, in my opinion. Like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, oh yes, I'm better. These guys are plebs, and there's nothing they can do about it except come to my level and understand where their place is. But I think that's a really negative way to look at just look at the movie, honestly.
I feel it's a very negative movie compared to incredibly moral and uplifting films. All listed both above and below this one.
So I believe it had the right intentions for a story and moral. It went about it just a little wrong.
Okay.
If it was changed just a bit to fit Corbick's description of what it should have been, it would have been an excellent movie.
I have discomfort with Coco's ultimate moral message.
Okay.
But it's a highly representative and positive film. I don't think Ratatouille actually has a great deal of positivity.
It's just the direction the movie went. I understand it.
Yeah, I do agree.
You guys are saying.
Like
down to B, but I might have to.
Right.
Like it hurts me, but I can't in good conscience put it above Up.
No.
Right. So
like
Up is deeply flawed.
Yes.
Yeah.
The antagonist being a generation older than the old man in the movie, and not being a squat dwarf old monster character is an art design failure. The villain makes no fucking sense enough.
Like literally the majority of the the good half of the movie does not make any sense. Like, it just
real quick. Real quick. I'm not making an argument. I'm just translating for Cannon Shot here. So Cannon Shot is saying for Ratatouille. Its message is growth through struggle. Everyone understands struggle. Everyone understands obstacles. So I'm guessing they're arguing for it, saying that
should be an 8.
Yeah, they're siding with the artist. Basically, long story short, I can't.
But yeah, I do see
what they're trying to say. So
I do very much see what Corby's saying. Like basically, his rest of his family is kind of depicted as like literally like plebeian sheep, kind of just like we don't understand, we're just rats. Who care about that? And like Remy, when he says Remy does not have an arc, he's absolutely wonderful. Like Remy literally takes another character, hijacks him, and gives him an arc. He does not go through an arc. So, I do see what Corbeck is saying, and it does pain me, but I see why like Ratatouille would go down into B tier. It definitely beats Up, but I don't know what would it go before. I think Moana, honestly, I definitely like Ratatouille more than Moana.
I personally don't have much fondness to Aristocats, or
Yeah.
Aristocats, sorry.
Yeah, I do like Lady and Tramp though, and I as well as I don't have much fondness for Aristocats.
Same.
Okay. So we did grab a lot of A and drop it into B.
Yeah, so I'm willing to move the stuff around. Just tell me where.
So let's start by dropping Up into C.
Okay. Oof.
Even more, yeah.
Let's put Ratatouille somewhere in B.
Okay. I put it where I think I put it where it belongs.
Wait, hold on.
Given where it is.
Can I say real quick, Corbin?
Yep.
You said good music is where C is, right? So would Up not be in D? Because I can't remember a good song that comes from
No. I think Up gets to stay like pretty decently high up just because of its like I said, its opening and its ending.
Tangled is in B because of characters. So if you think its characters trash, then D. But if you don't think its characters are trash, then it stays where it is.
I think Up's opening and ending keeps it pretty decently high up, at least in my opinion. It's just like the rest of the movie is just, in my opinion.
Maybe being a little more antagonistic against Corbic right now for a couple reasons, but
All right. So I think Up is in C.
Hmm.
I don't know where in C, but thinking about it, comparing it to Ratatouille, and my feelings about Ratatouille is like, actually, you know what? That was rude of me. Up doesn't belong in B.
God damn.
It's a fucking heart-wrenching opening.
Yeah, like Ups, like it hurts.
the gut punch.
Like legitimately, like Up's opening keeps it so high up, and then it's ending where like you see the last shot of like Ellie's house, like Ellie got what she ultimately wants. So and literally, it's high up in my opinion just for Ellie, man. So,
so I want to speed this up a little bit, just a tiny bit, because that's kind of my job in the Chotakus here.
good.
So, are we satisfied with B tier? Like, just everybody get that quick.
I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with it being like being behind Big Hero 6. That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Well,
Alright.
what? Wait, what?
I'm fine with Up being in B tier. Like very like bottom, but like taking the absolute bottom of B tier.
It's kind of the same for me, really. It's either the very top of C or
Yeah, either way. Yeah,
I
pretty
don't
much.
particularly care.
Pretty much for me. E2.
So
Okay.
top of C, yeah.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Because literally the rest of the majority of the movie is for me. So
Yeah,
high C is good for me.
Right.
I feel better about top of C.
Yeah, me
Alright,
too.
so
Me as well.
B tier, everybody alright with that? Because I'm alright with it. Solidly.
I don't think we have too many going down into B.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool. So A tier after being trimmed.
Well, A tier is gonna have some friends.
I'm loading my gun to religious intent. This is where I die.
Alright, well, this is the official thing. I'm calling it before anybody makes a backdrop.
Okay, S
Tier.
tier. Let's go. Kill me, Corbin. What's the first one?
I'm gonna
Alright.
get a drink.
I'll go pour myself a whole nother cup. I swear to God, depending on what he says.
You go get some more fucking water.
Water, Don.
All right.
I have water.
Let's be careful about this.
Yep. Be very careful with your words. I'll die right now.
All right. Let's talk about oysters.
Just don't move Alice in the Wonderland. That's all.
Oysters?
We're talking about Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. I feel that was coming.
The time has come.
That's all right. Unload shotgun. Carry on, my good friend and companion, Mr. Corback. What do you have to say about Alice in Wonderland? Oh yes, my valiant companion, Mr. Corback. Well, that Alice in Wonderland fucking sucks. Now then, Hercules. What did you say, you son of a bitch? That's my tone. That's my tone. But anyway, Alice in Wonderland. Go ahead, Corback.
So as the backstop of S,
Go ahead.
as minimum perfect, Alice in Wonderland does not hold up sitting down and intently viewing it
Yes.
for entertainment.
I'll swap out Zootopia for Alice in Wonderland.
Are we talking about as a Disney film or as a like I don't know? Because like Alice in Wonderland. So I'm not really defending the movie for like Disney because I don't particularly.
Well,
care
that's what we were talking about though.
All right, that's fine because Alice in Wonderland is a story. I would film my life because it has so much cultural relevance and so much. Just I don't know. It's just so.
Yeah,
it creates so many things. It's
sadly though, the Disney adaptation does not hold up.
Has been consistently done dirty by movie adaptations.
Yeah, dude, the Tim Burton films speak for itself.
All right, that's fine. I have no problem with you messing with Disney's Alice in the Wonderland as long as Alice in the Wonderland itself is giving it to do credit.
Okay, next.
What the hell happened to Zootopia?
Like I said, like I think if Alice in Wonderland goes down, man, I want Zootopia out. That's all I'd say. Like if Zootopia, I want Zootopia. I think would be a decent backdrop for S, but I ain't gonna defend it. I ain't gonna go full hog.
I don't feel good about moving it to bottom of S. I feel very good and solid about top of A.
Okay.
Not bottom of S.
Then that's fine with me. Like I said, like I would be okay with it. That's me. But anyway.
Clear emotions are high.
Yes.
And S is very crowded. Very
loaded aside.
Non-objective. So let's continue to talk about Alice's place.
Go ahead, go on. Tell me.
As a movie, and I'd like to hear a spirited defense.
Anyone?
Of looking at Alice through the eyes of 2019, specifically for entertainment purposes.
Okay. Well,
it's trippy.
It's just trippy fun, man.
Got excellent animation from a depicting surreal visuals. It's got no ethical or moral relevance in modern time.
Puts it above Atlantis suddenly.
No.
For no ethical problems. Puts it above Atlantis.
I mean, if something need ethical relevance,
No.
entertaining movie.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Because
I saw what happened.
So, Alice, let's compare to, say, James and the Giant Peach.
Yeah.
Which is surreal.
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally intense and deals with grief and loss and loneliness and abandonment and really, really intense negative feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got Alice.
Yes.
And Alice is a trippy ride.
Mm-hmm.
She's not really bothered by the horrors that she experiences.
Not really.
Throughout the entire movie.
She doesn't really question most things.
Actually takes several breaks. The pacing of Alice in Wonderland as a film from a 3-act structure beginning to end is a mess.
Really bad.
The walrus and the clams, entire separate moral message and story, is filler.
Actually, yeah.
Alice in Wonderland belongs with the rest of the pre-Renaissance classic Disney films.
Oh.
All right, cool. Move it down and let's move on.
Classic.
Oh. Like these ones? These ones? Cormac?
All right, cool. Move it down. Let's go.
I did.
All right. There you go. That's pretty far. I don't know who put it in S.
Like I said, I can't some of these. Like you'll know when I defended one of these. The other ones can't say for certain.
They're like Alice in the Wonderland, not specifically Disney's Alice in the Wonderland.
Right. So this is just Disney's Alice in Wonderland.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, somebody who's seen DuckTales.
Yes.
Okay.
a perfect movie.
Thank you, Cormac, for assuming I did not see DuckTales.
Am I the only one who's seen it here right now tonight?
Calvin wants to make an appearance. No, I mean yes.
People keep trying to get me to watch it. I kind of just refuse.
Well, that's not the new one. That's the old one.
I know what I said.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't have anything against it. I just...
Whoa. I've seen the old one. I just haven't seen the new one. But go ahead, Shay. The floor is yours.
It's a movie I've watched hundreds of times as a kid, and I enjoyed. That's all I can say about it. Can't really give a critical analysis. If you want to go to Fox and the Hound, I will speak for an hour.
He will do it. So, DuckTales C tier. DuckTales for C. Going once? Going twice?
Corbett, make an argument about where you want it.
Because no one else is gonna move this thing. Let me go honest.
I think it deserves C tier.
Make a pitch.
Okay. I haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it is a perfect Disney film.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good film. It's not perfect, I'd say.
All right. So I'm depending on you. Would you say it's in B or C, looking at what's where? Would you put it above Lady and the Tramp?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, then. S.
I just say it's...
All right, dope. Next movie.
As an entertaining story,
okay.
It's above Lady and Tramp.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good enough for me.
Yep, good enough for me. Next movie.
The flaws it has. Just...
Right. Now let's talk about all of the emotional relevance and knife to the heart of Up contained in an incredibly well done movie to make children cry.
Okay.
Let's talk about Fox and the Hound.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh, go on, Shane! Here, Shane! You take this shotgun. You're gonna need it.
So, Fox and the Hound, especially in the era that it was, especially in the, with the moral message that it has, I think Fox and the Hound is culturally relevant today.
Yes.
I think the way in which we've been asked to hate one another out of fear is something that we should feel terrible about.
Mm-hmm.
And Fox and the Hound should continue to indoctrinate viewers.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is the S backstop.
Okay.
I think it is the minimum perfect movie.
All right.
Specifically because it hits all of the major expectations for a Disney film, except excellent music.
Yep.
And modern animation.
Okay.
So,
okay.
With that, let's talk about fucking Seinfeld.
Like my head went from like 90 to the other 90.
Yeah.
So, how the fuck is Hunchback of Notre Dame S tier?
There's a reason she's not a Disney princess, and that's because we didn't make.
Damn. I just think Lily, like, the villain and the very few things it does present puts it up in the few of the like the villains list. That definitely the Hunchback of Notre Dame has the best villain song definitively.
You know, I don't know a lot about Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I didn't hear you. You cut out right there. Like you said, I don't know much about Hunchback of Notre Dame. You cut out.
I said the only thing I do know about the villain of Hunchback of Notre Dame is that he's very rapey, from what I hear.
Yeah.
And I don't know,
dude.
Does he get some sort of comeuppance? Like,
yes, he does. Yes, he fucking does.
That is proper to the. That is equal to the tragedy he's.
Yes, like they said.
Folio is easily the evilest villain.
Yes.
Like, and Satan is back in A tier with Little Mermaid.
Mm.
The
I'm okay.
music.
Okay, we're moving an A tier. I'm okay with moving an A tier just for the villain alone. Like literally, my whole argument for Hunchback of Notre Dame is just the villain, because like he's actually amazing. Like Hellfire does just for Hellfire and him alone, I cannot with hold a good conscience move Hunchback of Notre Dame into B.
Now you know we're putting movies with good music.
Right. So it's an.
I'm sorry, Dondra. I'm trying to trim this.
I get you. I get
nice
you.
bed call my name.
I get you.
I put Hunchback of Notre Dame after Great Mouse Detective.
Okay, and I'm okay with that. Shay?
That's fine with me.
That works for me. Like, that's fine.
I don't think it's that high.
Yeah, I agree. Just because the what's it called, the gargoyles, right?
The gargoyles. All of the comedy in Hunchback of Notre Dame falls flat.
You can't see him. I'm nodding my head so aggressively.
I mean, it is one of the most tragic Disney films.
Honestly.
The revisions in the Disney film, the original source material is dubious at best.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
The villain is excellent, and Hellfire is a great song.
Mm-hmm.
There are no other good songs in the movie.
I can't fight that.
And like the ultimate like, hey, yeah, what happened? What good scenes and that sort of shit. No, it is a priest being really real and really fucking evil.
Yes.
It is like it's the opposite of Pocahontas in that it actually looks at some really, really grim historical stuff and properly characterizes it as fucking horrendous.
Yes, sir. I've also seen the bits of the musical, and man, they did not really do it as much justice as they did in this Disney movie in certain areas. But yes, I agree.
So, because of its flaws,
yes,
I would put Hunchback in B.
Okay.
There are people that like it here. And if it stays middle A, I'll accept that to move on.
That just really for Hellfire and the villain. That's why I do not in good conscience feel like it deserves to be in B tier. That's just me, because
so is Hellfire just I haven't
this if I can make this as simple as possible. Some of these boys are they're evil, but in Hunchback of Notre Dame, this thing is evil.
For everyone who's not Donjay. Is the villain and the one song of
I'm glad you value my opinion. I'm glad you value my opinion, Michael Martin II.
I need a more consensus. There's 4.
Fair enough.
I haven't seen it, so I need the other 2 to weigh in their piece. Is that enough to keep it an A tier? The other 2 people in this chat who is not Donjay.
Okay.
Because other 2 people also have opinions.
The YouTube link is Hellfire.
Yeah, it's in the Twitch.
Just assume the rest of the movie is crap.
Yep, and he's not wrong. Literally just the villain alone is A tier. That's basically all I can say.
Okay, so one good song.
Oh, what's the shame?
I was just saying me keeping it out there is the portrayal of the antagonist there in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is just that scene in which the antagonist really shines.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
It's not like Jafar, where he's chewing the scenery of every scene he's in.
Mm-hmm.
It is just that song, just that scene. One good song makes you worse than Frozen.
I want,
and that's fair. I just think he did kill it like legitimately he single-handedly carried that really kind of mid-tier movie. That's all I have to say. And that's my piece.
And Let It Go created the hype that made us all hate Frozen. But that's beside the point.
No?
It's still a fantastic song.
Mm-hmm.
And there's at least one other good song in Frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Name another Hunchback song.
And I can't because the other song I can think of is sung by the Gargoyles, and they're actual trash.
Actual trash.
Literal trash.
So I gotta say, like I said, like literally the villain himself makes it A tier, but the rest of the movie brings it down to B. That's all I'd say.
Oh yeah, but this isn't a villain tier list.
Yeah, it isn't a villain tier list. This is a whole different conversation. Carry on.
All right. Now let's move around a little bit. Yes, I did snipe Shay. In the spirited defense of the incredible important
Fox and the Hound.
Moral relevance of Fox and the Hound.
Mm-hmm.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a fucking masterpiece.
Okay, thank God. Okay, thank God.
I would definitely put it higher in S.
Okay.
The ability to fully recreate a noir story actually include the history of Los Angeles.
Oops, did not mute that.
Oops.
Wow. Cormac in stereo. Let's go.
Yep. It sounded like I was mocking myself. I'm not as okay with that now.
You should
So
probably change your tone.
oh my god.
It's not, I don't think she.
I'm tired and getting drunker as we speak. So let's.
Same here.
I feel that, and it might relapse depending on what he has to say about some of these other movies on the list.
Right. So
I'm getting better as time goes on.
I was.
Merging animation with live action, and not only telling a fantastic story, but one that's like culturally and societally relevant. Like, Toon is just a euphemism, and the dialogue is incredibly well structured in that way. Like, and this was how So this was how you structure both deep references, a ton of deep cuts, and something that's politically and morally relevant and historically relevant. Like, Roger Rabbit has not aged.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Jessica Rabbit made me feel feelings.
I can't in good cause that the Cormac just said that shit, not put it in the number one. Like, Cormac's like, yo, fucking Jessica Rabbit can fucking get it. That's the most Cormac way he could put it. So I can't in good conscience not put it at the top tier of S.
So, you will hear the greatest, most spirited pro for Who Framed Roger Rabbit from me.
Yes.
And that was it.
Okay.
I think there are things on here I could see higher than it. What's a fucking fantastic film?
Hey, as long as you like Emperor's New Groove being number 2, I'm cool. I'm chilling.
We like with Who Framed Roger Rabbit, you could watch again.
Yes.
Like, genuinely entertaining.
Yes.
So let's talk about Monsters, Inc.
Really, Shay? Really? That's the hill you want to die on Sakura?
You got shot. You got to call me out like that?
Yeah, Shay. You really just like jumped in the chance of Sakura like that. Like that's the cheeks. You're like, oh boy, let me go claim that real quick. But in any case, Monsters Inc.
I'm not gonna roll waifus for another 3 hours, so.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go roll those real quick.
Yep. Beer beat. Drink
Fair.
break.
Okay.
Wife break.
Okay. Fair enough. Shrug. God looks.
Hey, look.
This
Meaningless Disney tier lists are waifus. Also,
fair enough.
Equally as not important, but important.
Fair enough.
Cause let's be honest, we legit just sat here for like 6 hours, or minimum 4 of our Christmas, and the next day on top of that, talking about fucking Disney movies.
Well,
spirited debate, I might add.
I need to stay awake until 5 anyway, so this is good. This is good for me.
I'm saying, like, this shit hasn't been so simple. Oh yeah, man, that was funny as hell. Move that up. It's been like
no, man.
So about society.
Yeah, dude. Welcome to Corbeck. Welcome to Corbeck. Enjoy his buttery smooth voice as he says your opinion's fucking wrong.
We live in a society.
Like I remember one day, like I came back home from work, I saw Corbeck and Calvin in a call. I was like, I'm not touching that with a fucking 5,000-yard pole. Fuck that. Like I don't even know what's going on in there. So I respectively ran for the hills. Corbeck beats me emotionally, but he's a nice man and he buys me alcohol.
No, Kuro, if you've not done a podcast over like Disney movies like this, oh shit, you'd have 3 in just one setting.
Dude, say no more. Like we actually do have a podcast, like the Sosa and the Mur. We haven't done them.
Do we anymore though?
Hey.
You got content for days.
Like legitimately, I'm recording all this. Like this is all like I'm still streaming, so like I could easily just cut this. This is free content.
It's for real.
Hi.
This is just free content. I'm definitely using this footage somewhere down the line.
Yeah, honestly, I find it entertaining. Like I'm all in it with everybody else. Also, am still very thoroughly entertained by the fact that we've legit put this much time, effort, and just energy into this as a whole.
You see,
it's a fucking Disney tier list. Everyone...
Hey, Corbeck!
And then go back on the topics that we have covered throughout this list.
Hey, Corbeck, how do you feel about, what's it called? How do you feel about the BioShock series?
Mother, Donjay, shut up.
I really love System Shock 2.
Oh my god! Mike! Run! Mike, run! He's gonna say your opinion's wrong!
Do we have a throwdown here? Do I need another drink?
No, Mike, back away, run!
No, shut the fuck up. BioShock 1 was really good. BioShock 2 was fun to play. Not gonna say it had any type of relevance morally and with the ideas that it presented and yada yada. BioShock Infinite, I will also say, didn't really have that either. BioShock that had that kind of like backbone of with the political and the societal standpoints that it held. BioShock Infinite kind of just wrapped up the narrative of it all. In my opinion, a lot of people hated it, and I get it. But like with the narrative itself, leaving all the philosophy and shit out of it, I like BioShock Infinite. BioShock 2 was just kind of there, fun gameplay. I enjoyed being a big daddy throughout the whole game. Good series. I will fight people for it.
BioShock 1 was a great follow-up and modernization of System Shock 2.
That's fine.
Corbeck.
Yeah.
He's such a boomer.
Yeah. Except not actually.
I know.
I just snuck in the wire. I'm one of you hopeless, houseless, avocado-eating millennials.
See, I can't fight him totally because I've heard a System Shock 2 because of BioShock. Right? It's the only reason I'm not just. Yeah, you're wrong. Yeah, I have heard this.
Well, like Invader Zimming him. You lie.
I was like, fair. I've heard that before, and I'm not about to seriously fight you on this because fair enough.
Well,
so
out of process for elimination, because it's not me. I have my own home, and I do not eat avocados.
I have an apartment. I do like avocado.
There we go.
Yep.
It's you.
There we go.
I mean, I guess I don't own a house, but I pay rent.
Man, not say BioShock is a bad game.
My house.
I don't know, I'm good.
Avocado tastes good. Like I'll put it on toast. But I like guacamole. It's avocado, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's avocado with stuff in it, but it's still avocado.
Yeah, that's as far as I go. Man.
Actually, why do people eat avocado toast? Like, all right, jokes aside, I don't get it.
Me either. Like,
that doesn't seem appetizing to me.
No, I mean avocado is like a good like secondary, not just the main ingredient.
Yeah, like avocado in general is just like not an appealing food. Its texture is very weird.
Thank you.
And I don't like it.
No.
Like guac's delicious. I'll eat guac all day, but not just straight up avocado. It's weird.
Like I put
I'm not saying do like it's weird. Weird texture. Taste is not all that. Not all that enjoyable.
No. Any case, so yeah, Empress Groove gets say number 2, right?
I am not going over there yet.
Oh, he's coming for it. That means he's coming for it. Little.
All right. If we could lightning round this as much as possible.
All right.
A real quick interjection, Corbic.
Yes.
I'm sending you a picture. These are, it's an advent calendar of beer that I gotten for Christmas.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm still kind of mad this man brought up System Shock.
Yeah.
Like, no one does that.
Yeah, it's Corbeck. Welcome to Corbeck.
Nobody does that. Like, I know about the game, but nobody does that shit. This man fucking did it.
Welcome to Corbeck.
I'm mad.
Hey, welcome to Corbeck. Let Mike. You understand now.
I'd love to talk to you about all this at another date.
About beers.
Yes.
Like Mike, I fucked around and I mentioned Digimon one time around this man, and he was like, "Oh, on God."
No one knows about fucking System Shock to even did it. Like, fuck.
So, I could do a podcast on
Oh my god.
System Shock 2.
Oh my god.
Thief.
He feeds
and
off your
Looking
anger.
Glass Studios.
He feeds off it. He doesn't know about studios. He does not care about studios, apparently.
And how that studio
I mean, not really, but
got completely screwed over by a publishing deal with Electronic Arts.
Oh.
You know that villain.
yeah.
And he killed one of my favorite game studios.
All right, real quick, on a sidetrack, Dondre, I will tell you why. Cause I'm glad you brought that up, Corbeck. Actually, just a general this Disney thing in general. I will tell you why, Dondre. I don't care about studios, the directors, the developers, the artists, the blah blah blah. There's a reason. Right? It's not just because I'm like too lazy. That's some of it, but you know, sometimes I do get into those people. But I'll tell you why I tend. Because the world that is created, the characters that are developed, the stuff that is made, the art that is presented is affected by the politics, the issues, the business deals, and yada yada of just normal life. And that's not what I come to my escapes for, just in general. I come to enjoy and relax and have fun and really like dive deep into this world, and the rest of the stuff just tends to, in my opinion, gets in the way. So I just don't look at it. And it's easier, and I usually have a lot more fun with the world just in general. Like Danganronpa, maybe there's controversy, maybe there isn't, I don't know. And that's the point. I can just dive into it, and no matter what else is happening,
it's a lot.
I can just say fuck off.
It's a lot easier to wear your Nikes when you know no one has died making them.
Jesus. Corbeck, God damn it, Corbeck.
Let's talk about Monsters Inc.
Please, how you get away with it? You can't. This man is just stop.
So bad.
I hate him so much. I can't get away with it.
It's what he's relating it to. Jesus.
I just see he's crying in the corner. I feel so bad for him.
I feel there's some stuff that.
Let me give you a hug, bud. Come on.
Jesus.
It's all right. Come here.
But yes, but Corbeck, you do have a good point. There's a threshold to where issues need that, but unless that threshold is passed, for me personally, I tend not to. It just takes the fun and the carefreeness out of whatever medium or yada yada I'm enjoying at the time. So that's just me.
So in short, and this is the last I'll say of it.
Mm-hmm.
Looking Glass Studios and their intellectual property got eaten and split up and destroyed by this, the collapse of the studio. Electronic Arts got some of it, and BioShock exists in the way that it does, partially because they wanted to make a new System Shock game, but couldn't exactly. And that caused them to be more creative. That caused them to get, to take us to Rapture. BioShock was a great example of how to take a good idea and good elements and from something that you really, really wanted but couldn't have. And that's a sequel to System Shock 2. Dead Space
that's fine.
is the other half.
Thanks, Shay.
And essentially the System Shock 2 split into those two franchises separately.
And out of that split, in my opinion, purely my opinion, came a Master trilogy. So out of the fire and flames comes the Phoenix. So, and that's where I stand on just things in general. Bad things happen. Shit goes down.
Which
Should still be able to enjoy.
Hey man, why is there no High School of the Dead? Oh, the character's dead. So Monsters Inc. is S tier, yeah?
Why is Monsters Inc. a perfect movie?
Like, are you saying that as a
we
question?
Allowed to say that some movies are just kind of. Are there any of those in this tier list that are just fun?
It's comedic timing is really good.
Like, genuinely asking. Like, speaking of all the shit that I was just saying about video games and artists. And
like, I think Monster Inc.
What movie in here just gets a pass for just being like entertaining?
Like, I'll fight anyone, but I think
right.
Monsters Inc. is the Pixar's funniest movie.
Let me give you a list of movies that I would not pull off S, but would argue about the order of later.
Okay.
Okay.
Roger Rabbit.
Yes.
Emperor's New Groove.
Yes.
Aladdin.
Okay.
Wally.
Yes.
Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
Goofy Movie.
Yes.
Lion King.
Oh.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh.
The Incredibles.
Huh.
Toy Story 3.
Oh.
Fox and the Hound.
Interesting.
That was eye-opening. I just want to say for I think everyone involved.
The jump between Incredibles and Toy Story 3.
Yeah, that is terrifying to me.
Because I'm not really the one to say Toy Story 3 should be up in S.
On a good day, I'd say.
I mean, not above Toy Story 2.
Definitely, it's all high S, but I think it does definitely deserve S.
Okay, so I went for its neck before, and now we're gonna actually talk about Toy Story 2.
Yep.
So, Toy Story 2 is a side story in which Woody discovers mortality
Bye, Don.
and is given a Faustian deal to live forever without love. He receives temptation, is restored after an injury that made him stop trusting Andy. This shook his faith.
God, you're bringing
He then has a series of monologues with a very small cast because Toy Story 2 was originally direct-to-video.
Wait, what?
It was then seen as, it's pretty good. We could release this in theaters. Let's put some dog hair physics in there. And the scenes at the house were the now completely outdated dog hair physics, are shown in full displays. Look at what we learned how to do. And the tech demo aspects of how Toy Story 2 was inflated from its original small story with a small subset of the characters, which is why you don't have the massive ensemble cast that appears in Toy Story 1 or 3. Because it was originally a small, very introspective, Woody copes with morality and is tempted with an afterlife that defies his core values. The moral message of Toy Story 2 is absolutely there. He sacrifices even what he gained in order to continue to live his life, knowing that he's going to one day be outdated and destroyed. He accepts the fact that as a toy, he will be forgotten at some point. And essentially learns the lesson that he had to teach Buzz in the first movie, and grows significantly as a character. You also get a side trip to a toy store in which the characters that had been removed from the movie were re-added in a B-plot that is the B-est of B-plots in any of the 3 Toy Story movies.
Damn! Cormac just did it. Cormac just... Oh.
And the villain suffers a terrible fate, but that terrible fate massively undermines the premise of the film. Essentially, Pete goes to a hell because he ends up with a child that abuses toys. It's his personal hell, but ultimately it circumvents the moral message because Woody wouldn't be happy in that situation either. He has Andy does love him, and he's willing to accept that conditional mortality. Toy Story 2 is important and sets up the themes for Toy Story 3. It is still the weakest movie in the trilogy, and Toy Story 2 is the reason why Toy Story 4 shouldn't be on this list at all.
It's not, because I agree.
Right.
I don't like Toy Story 4, because Buzz is actually a space cadet in the worst way possible, if you know what I mean.
Can I just take a second?
Yep.
Corbic?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
All right.
Yeah, I agree, because I'm really... This is my face the whole time listening to fucking Corbac's little spiel. I put it on stream right now.
Yeah.
This is my face the entire time, just listening to them, just like, oh.
Yeah. Okay, I see that. Oh, well, you got a point there. Yeah.
This man just really bring mortality into my Toy Story 2.
Yeah, I don't know. Toy Story 2 is a S tier good to this day, even though I haven't seen it in video games, which I've watched repeatedly as a child. Not because I watched a movie multiple times, which I did as well, but because I would watch the beginning, it gets to the end of the video game, I would rewind it, do it again, rewind it, do it a third time, and just keep doing that until I got sick of seeing the beginning, then watch the rest of the movie. I also remember the stupid Star Wars rip-off of Zurg just in the elevator. A totally meaningless scene that I still remember. I remember Woody getting restored. I remember all these things so vividly, more than legit any other movie on this tier list. And for that simple fact alone, your mortality, your Faustian D, all these genuine arguments, I'll give you that. I'm not going to sit here and undermine everything you just said, because everything you just said was actually really valid, well thought out, and no one can argue that. But at the end of the day, Toy Story 2 is just good because it left an imprint on all of the children at the time, a generation of children who saw it.
Like the majority of people
play the movie in their head because it was just that
Like, I think the majority of people ask you, what is your favorite Toy Story movie? They will say 2.
It's an S tier movie.
I believe. Like, I will agree that, like, at the very least, the ending of Toy Story 3 is a lot more impactful than 2. Like, Toy Story 3 as a whole is more impactful than 2. I can at least subside on that.
But if anybody
I think Toy Story 2 does need it.
Does you want to watch? I'm gonna watch Toy Story 2 again.
I agree.
Watch it again. I'm gonna watch it a second.
I agree.
Like I could sit there with my child who just be watching. Children just watch stuff 5-6 times. I don't know how, but they do it.
We did it.
And I'd be right there with them, be like, "Hey, kid, pass popcorn." This movie was good. It was impactful, and I enjoyed it, and I still enjoy it now, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And that simple fact, outside of everything else, makes it an S tier movie.
I agree.
For everything that Corbett had said, just because they did all that and it was like implemented in a way, doesn't mean it wasn't still a good movie. They did it in a well-rounded manner that you can still watch that. I still believe it's S tier.
Mm-hmm. I
don't see where anything that he said brings it down. I just hate how he brought it to light.
I know. I was literally that Zootopia, just like, this man going real deep in this. Ooh.
Yeah.
But at the very least, I do believe it does belong in S tier. Just low S tier if that's what Corbett wants to go with. But S tier.
I would say definitely above Toy Story 3. So wherever you put Toy Story 3, it needs to be above Toy Story 3.
Say, can you agree with that?
It needs to be above Toy Story 3, and if it's above 3, it's above Fox and the Hound.
Yes.
Is Toy Story 2 better to watch today than Fox and the Hound?
I would say yes.
Yeah. I guess. I mean,
yeah, I would. I'd say that.
I would watch Toy Story 2 before Fox and the Hound.
Milo's like, "Good morning. Damn, y'all still streaming?" Yes, we are.
Yeah. I was gonna respond to Milo, but it's just like, oof.
Hello, Milo.
This is innocent. We're winding down. Things go. I don't know how the Disney tier list came to this. The waifu tier list just like still one and done.
Because Corbett doesn't have opinions about anime waifus. He doesn't care about big titty. He just likes big titty.
We're gonna make this real short. Toy Story 3, wherever you decide to put that Corbett, above Toy Story 2. Above Toy Story 3.
That seems to be the general consensus on that, at least. Because I believe Toy Story 3 is definitely the best ending out of the Toy Story trilogy.
But Toy Story 2 was still the best movie.
Yeah, as far as like watching it, like Toy Story 2 is definitely the most entertaining, I think, all the way throughout. At least in the majority.
I will continue to disagree, but I accept the spirited defense.
All right.
So let's
and that's all
Toy Story 2 after Incredibles.
Okay. I honestly think we could just do the trilogy like this, really.
I would agree.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have the energy for Toy Story versus Toy Story 2.
So, Toy Story 1.
I think Toy Story 1 is the better movie to compare to Toy Story 2.
Fair enough. Done.
All right, sold.
Plain and simple.
Of the guys that are currently sitting behind Fox and the Hound,
yes,
that I feel are actually behind Fox and the Hound, I think all of them belong in A.
Wow.
We can have a conversations as to why.
I'll let Mike. I'll let Mike defend.
Them are flawless.
I'll move that one down. I'll already move that one down. But some of the rest of these, I will willing to actually have a conversation about.
See, like, what I wanted to talk about with Fox and Hound being the bare minimum S tier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what you get from there, you also sort of get from Lilo and Stitch. right?
I agree.
It's
Yeah.
more of a
Right.
Family. It's more of a family matter than a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also very well done.
Entertaining all the way throughout. Not like there's really not like a dull moment in that movie. For real, for real.
So I could see that being
and
behind Fox the Hound.
All right, right ahead of Fox and the Hound, but after 3.
Yes. Like, and I remember the surfer scene, like going out on the ocean blue.
What do you mean? I can't even remember the surfer.
Like the song.
One of the best ones.
I'm just saying, like, as far as like just songs that are just in the movie. Like I remember the songs in the movie. Like it's just like that seems to be most of the kind of points we need to bring up for some of these songs like things. And if anything, I think Mulan definitely needs to stay an S, just cause basic military training. I started singing I'll make a man out of you, and everyone in my flight started singing it as well.
Okay, that might not sound amazing, but that all sums up for me. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Every person within my vicinity, like around me, started singing along as well. Like the song impact, like what do we want? The girl we're fighting for, and as well as just like minus Eddie Murphy. I'll put it behind Fox and the Hound. But I do think Mulan, just for its song potential as well as the movie also not having really much of a dull moment, like you could really just watch that movie and really kind of like stay entertained, at least like throughout, it deserves S.
Where do we put movies with one good song?
There's multiple good songs in there.
Mulan does have a lot of good songs.
All right. Remind me.
A girl we're fighting for. I'll make a man out of you. The song that she was singing about the other half. Like we talked about this the other day, Mike. Like you were there.
I know the song you're talking about, but
because they sang it in 2. They sang it in Mulan 2 again.
What movie was that? Mulan what?
No. Like this song was so good they used it. Like they reused it again, but like they sang this song.
Reused it in what movie that doesn't exist?
Okay, but I'm saying there's another song. I just can't remember the name of it, but like it was like really her like just like talking about herself, like finding like herself like sense of self-worth.
When will the reflection show who I am?
That's it.
Yeah.
Because we were literally talking about this the other day. I couldn't remember the name of it.
And boys, I'm sure you got something to rip this apart, but I'm sure there's something to rip this apart. Cultural appropriation, transphobia,
murder, Asian people. What else, white man?
Don't just shut up. No, but no, honestly, there's some Disney movies I just feel like you look at the remakes. You look at a lot of movies today, and they're all about strong female characters. And strong female characters aren't strong characters because the characters are strong. They're strong female characters because they're female. And we said they're strong. So they are. However, you look at old movies like Aladdin and Mulan. These are actual
I wouldn't say Aladdin.
strong female. Shush. Aladdin and Mulan. These are actual strong female characters. They're not strong female characters because they said so. They are because they act that way. The characteristics themselves are strong, whether they were presented as women or men. They just, this is more for Jasmine because this is the one. But you know, this kind of applies for Mulan too, who just, I'm gonna join the army. Sit down, Dad. But but they go against social norms. They actually fight what they believe in, and no matter what anybody says or do, it's not about that. They do what they do because that's what they want to do, and they're not going to let anything stop them. It's kind of a lot of messages that so many studios and movies try to send today that they just do wrong. These movies already did it decades ago, and it's still relevant, and I'd say it's even done better than what's attempted now.
It just minus Eddie Murphy.
So let's talk about the chink in the armor.
Oh boy.
So.
Wow!
All right, there we go.
Oh my god! I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm gone. I can't say it no more. I can't say it.
What am I saying that no one else is saying?
I'm leaving.
I'm sorry. What is he showing that I'm not saying?
I made a bad joke. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was
All right, that's
terrible.
fine. I'm gonna let that go over my head.
Right. We're talking about Eddie Murphy now. So let's talk about
I ain't
the
got nothing for
dragon.
that.
Or the donkey that fucks dragons. We've seen Eddie Murphy in an animated supporting role that's important for comic relief. And we've seen comic relief be an incredibly necessary aspect of every movie in the Disney Renaissance after Aladdin. And sadly, this comes with attempting to stunt a famous actor as the comic relief support character and inserting them to spice up the movie. Mulan is not funny. It has severe pacing issues in that, like, as a movie, it's a like end-to-end sort of slog. This is because the humor falls flat, and that's entirely Eddie Murphy's fault. Like, it's consistent. It's got its through line. You have a woman who's impersonating a man and turning a guy gay for a while.
Literally, the worst scene in the movie is the bathing scene.
Thought I was gay there for a second.
Almost lost my cool there. What? You being the American Dad gay? Aight? Ooh.
Yeah.
You've got the excellent Make a Man Out of You song and the Chinese army stuff. You've got the villain, who's Satan the Hun.
Yeah.
And like, he's the disaster of the third act. But like, we've condemned movies for less here.
He's not wrong.
Alright, is there are you or Shay gonna defend this? I'm more invested in Aladdin than I am Mulan.
I want Mulan to be an A tier at the very least.
Mulan, given the arguments for it, lives in A tier.
And you know what?
Okay.
That's okay.
Just like Hercules.
Nope. Kill Hercules for me.
I will say that Hercules has too many. Now, once again, I kind of live outside of the studios and yada yada, so I totally get their arguments there, and I'll let the other two handle that. Movie-wise, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's a perfect movie, but it has a freaking good villain. It has an amazing support.
Mm-hmm.
It's very stylistic, and the music score.
So, did you say supporting cast?
I like the supporting cast.
So let's talk about Bobcat Goldthwait.
Okay.
And Eddie. Was it?
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Hell yeah, I love that man.
Oh, it appears I dropped my Magnum condoms for my monster dog.
I love that man. I fucking hate Seder.
Get on the hiker's back.
Yeah. So,
Don't talk
okay.
Kingdom Hearts.
I'm crying, man.
Once again, we cannot let Kingdom Hearts take these movies down.
He's right though. He's right because he would bring it down. And we talk about Kingdom Hearts.
We're along to Corbin's actual point because actually he does have one.
So
I'm gonna cry. I'll cry right now.
Hiring a big star to be the humorous comic relief to carry the levity of your movie so that you can have your Disney characters go through their emotional arc and sing their emotional songs, and you can have some fucking funny to help with the pacing of the film. As a movie, Hercules is kind of a structural mess. The pacing is all over there. It's got montages. It completely glosses over the. God damn it!
What are you doing?
It glosses over the actual trials of Hercules. It well, some of the songs are all right.
Whoa.
Zero to hero.
Whoa.
The Fates are fucking fantastic. Like, that's great.
They had the fucking black choir in there, my man. You
Right.
They say Hercules can't go home.
Sorry, not the Fates, the Sirens, right?
Yeah.
Or what were they?
The,
No, they weren't the Sirens.
No, the Fates weren't one of those blue. They're blue, weren't they? Anyway, it was, you know.
yeah, we know what we're talking about.
The three women with the one eye.
Right.
That was the
lady.
Fates.
Right. No,
Pretty sure, yeah, they're either the
the
Sirens or the
singing
Muses.
lady. Right. The Muses. Right.
Muses, that's it. Treasure Planet is right where it belongs.
Sorry, Milos. That was you can rewind to about 2 hours ago.
Honestly.
It suffered
Yeah,
from
please, no, just
major developmental issues.
not again.
and
After this stream is over, I'm gonna go hunt this particular stream of text down and cut it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, just
Okay.
actually not again. Just
All right. So, for the sake of your editing, I have nothing to say about her.
That is
All right. Now, continuing. Hercules is kind of a mess and is not a perfect movie.
yeah.
And that's what we have S for.
Yeah.
You can love it.
Mm-hmm.
You can really, really have a deep emotional attachment to Hercules.
Are you going to try to move it lower than A?
No.
All right then.
Okay.
All right. Then.
Okay. That, you know what? As long as that's good, you know that I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay with being low S.
Right.
I just wanted to be an S because I do honestly think it deserves it. Just
We can
because.
make it- An argument can be made for bottom S.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think.
So,
At a
we
minimum.
talked about Danny DeVito.
Yes.
What about the gargoyles of this movie?
The gargoyles. What now?
The demons.
Oh yeah, oh, Panic and Havoc. I think out of the most bumbling idiots of like certain movies and TV shows, they're the most bearable.
They're pretty
Like they're pretty good. Like they even sort of what are those? Like Hades' banter with them is comedy gold. And like in their own banter when they like found out like he cannot know. That's good. Like line's good. Like you know, like stuff like that, like little things like that. Like where they have some actually decent scenes. Like out of all the bumbling idiots that in other movies you would hate, they're actually pretty decent and or lovable, depending on your criteria.
Well, I get Danny DeVito.
And Danny DeVito's Danny DeVito. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, opinions on that aside, I don't drag a movie down a tier. Personally, that's my opinion on the matter.
All right.
So if everybody is in consensus with that, we can definitely drag it to bottom of S because I mean you made valid points, and we're never gonna take that away from you.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna quite drop it into A, but definitely.
Like
bottom of S.
but I know the bumbling idiots names Havoc and Panic. Like, come on.
See, this is where I would put like an S minus.
Man.
And you
Man, we don't got time for
If
that.
that was the case, literally everything behind stage goes down.
Yeah, we nah. Put Hercules in the back, and let's pretend he didn't say that.
Yep.
All right.
So we have two left.
So
In the back, I said.
Or
Oh,
Well, no, we haven't talked about it. We have not talked about
that's
this.
fine.
So Hercules is now the backstop of S.
Yes.
So I will once again disagree with this, but concede the point to move on.
Okay.
Do we really have that level of emotion for either of these two movies?
Finding Nemo, no. I do like Monsters Inc.
Inc. Are both A tier for me. For me.
That's fair. Like I think out of all the Pixar movies, I think Monsters Inc. is the funniest in my
Like,
opinion.
I love Monsters Inc. I really do. I'm okay with it being
like,
tier.
like either it has to be Monster Inc. or Incredibles. I would really have to watch both of them back to back to decide which one. But I like in my head right now, the Monster Inc. is speaking to me.
Monster Inc. does have a lot of moments, like a lot of moments. So if you're gonna argue that, I wouldn't take that away from you.
I have a personal
It can go either
vendetta
way.
against Billy Crystal,
Who is that?
the green eyeball.
Oh.
Someone of the main characters.
Like I say, I paid as a voice actor. Someone get lost to the wayside. I'm mostly read up on anime voice actors. Yes, I'm a weeb, but yes, Billy Crystal's performance as Mike Wazowski.
Right. So I definitely thought some of the humor, and they let Billy Crystal riff an awful lot in that movie, falls flat. It's way worse in Animal House 2, but
we're not talking about that.
it still brings monsters down. My personal ranking, it would be lower, but I'll accept it where it is.
Okay.
Okay, so if we were well, let's
I think the characters are good.
I mean, I just want to know what his personal ranking is.
Yeah.
I'm curious, honestly. I want to hear his. Where does he think this? If he got to just throw this wherever he wanted, where's this thing going?
Yeah, I'm actually curious as well.
Like, we honestly probably won't put it there, so I'm not gonna, be like, oh yeah, but like, where would you? Honestly,
I'll take a shot in the dark, but I'm not gonna say it before.
I'd say it's D or C.
No.
Really?
It's probably mid B.
It's low. Looking at B, it's low B.
Okay.
In that it wasn't that bad. I did not feel like watching it ever again.
Okay.
And the humor makes or doesn't. And it didn't land for me.
And only because from what I see, that is an unpopular opinion. Are we gonna keep it in A? Because from what I see from most people are like, Monsters Inc. Yeah, I can sit down and watch the Monsters Inc. Yeah, and we got a fight. We ain't got nothing to do. Yeah,
I watched Monsters Inc. on my way to Japan.
Yeah, we can watch Monsters Inc.
So I would need to rewatch Incredibles again to decide which one is like my most like definitively funny. But like as far as Pixar movies go, and those two like pop into my mind as least like the funniest. Like those two are like in like compare like in fighting distance. Like
yeah. So like I said, we won't drop it just to be. But I would not mind or be really upset if you dropped it to middle low A, mid A. Like I like it where it is personally, but I wouldn't have a problem with it.
And Corbeck, you get to decide the who goes where in S tier, like who's first, second, third, blah blah blah. So tell me now, and I'll move them.
Now it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, now it is into the weeds. I'm significantly happier now that S isn't a crowded bus.
Okay.
And we pared down a number of things that belonged in A and B. That didn't belong here. Like I've got extreme emotional attachment to almost everything in S tier here.
Okay.
And like I could easily fill a podcast on why the fuck Aladdin isn't just a great movie, but a fantastic crystallization of everything good in a Disney movie.
Yeah, like Aladdin was always gonna be like at least the top 3, like in my opinion. Like
I wanted to go to sleep before 4. What would we do?
13 minutes.
I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to listen.
I would put Aladdin above Emperor's New Groove.
That kills me.
And Who Framed Roger.
Does it?
Really? The very number 1?
Number 1.
Holy shit. Okay.
I understand why.
I get that.
I don't have complaints about that.
Was
I really don't.
literally made for Robin Williams.
Yes.
No.
Well, yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that.
Is absolutely fantastic.
Jafar is good.
And has a huge amount of characterization and scene chewing, and has a perfect but arc and downfall. It's not just Andy fucking dies like most of the movies on this list.
I think like what's it called? The one from Tarzan is literally the most unceremonious death.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. That's like a bad Spider-Man movie death.
Mm-hmm.
Like oh no, the villain accidentally murdered sort of thing. Like Jafar is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The banter with Iago's fantastic.
Jafar's
Iago
sealed
as
his own fate.
right.
Also, the hyenas eating Scar and Lion King was also a good villain.
That was
was-
just that
it
was
was good.
satisfying to watch.
That was. This is like, that's like cathartic.
It was good, and Scar has a great
Oh,
song.
you want to talk about some musical numbers? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Jafar doesn't have a song, and
Now I'd be prepared.
despite not having a song, Jafar is acquits himself as an excellent villain compared to all of the others on this list.
Yeah.
And that's because he's incredibly important to the story.
Mm-hmm.
And like weaves everything in perfect. The characterization as far as Jasmine goes, the addressing arranged marriage and like princes and princesses, and the weird political bullshit that goes around that's entirely separate from love and all that sort
really
of
makes
stuff.
you hate the dad. Like, it really makes you hate Jasmine dad, like low-key.
The dad comes around.
I mean, yeah.
Eventually.
I'm saying
So-
in political way.
In a era where Disney is not acknowledging that it typically sucked to be a princess,
Mm-hmm.
actually addressing or even coming close to addressing the socio-political issues involved in being female royalty was something that Aladdin knocked out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was awesome. Just,
Like-
you're gonna marry a prince. I don't think I will.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
I don't think I will.
The computer effects in Aladdin are subtle enough that you forgot them.
Oh yeah, like the
Yeah, the whole lion.
Yeah.
Smashing to the sound.
That is the
Cave
place
Wonders.
for computer animation as a supplement to classic Disney animation. It's
Not correct.
part of the magic sauce that made for the Disney Renaissance.
Yeah.
It is why we sadly drag Treasure Planet so far down.
It hurts me so bad because that world is so inspired.
It's a good.
Right. But Aladdin, looking at this list, it's not the one that I love the most. It is the best Disney film.
Okay.
All right, quick shuffle for the rest of these.
Okay, quick shuffle. Emperor's New Groove is really funny. Like from a consistent characters and jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, I kind of fucking hate David Spade.
Wow. Damn.
We're not gonna get into it.
I've never liked a single other one of his movies.
That's fair.
The Emperor and Emperor's New Groove, it fits the actor and is a good movie.
Fair enough.
Fucking Kronk, I keep forgetting his name. Also fantastic. Great timing, great jokes. Dark Horse, third place.
Oh yeah. Oh, third place. There you go. And the Roger Rabbit, I think is good too. Because
So
legitimately is good.
Wall-E is the best Pixar film.
Thank you. Finally, Corbin. This is why we're friends. Because I wholeheartedly agree with this. Like, Wall-E is the best definitive Pixar movie.
It is a tragedy that it did not embed itself nearly as well in the children's consciousness as much as Talking Cars.
Nope, apparently not.
The ability for the movie to completely have your attention and put its emotional hooks in you with no dialogue during the first act is a masterpiece. WALL-E isn't just a good Disney movie. It is an excellent film. It also introduces the audience to incredibly difficult philosophical concepts like Plato's boat. I forget, or if you replace too much of something, when does it change into something that's not? When he loses pieces and nearly dies. It is emotional highs, it's emotional lows, it's got a political message that becomes more and more relevant every single fucking day.
Team Trees.
And it's also stunningly beautiful.
And the romance, man. Even WALL-E's just little connection is also just, it's really cute and really believable. I was here on a mission, but now you got me catching feelings. It was
sexy character design needed.
No, but the internet finds a way, right? Isn't that right, furries?
Yeah, we're gonna ignore that anyway.
What?
So
nothing.
And it's awkward, and it's unspoken.
It's great,
and it's delivered in a way that's incredibly digestible. Family.
Yes.
Fucking WALL-E, fucking masterpiece.
Thank you, Corbeck. Faith and optimism restored. No, let's talk about Kingdom Hearts. No!
I am not. We got 5 minutes before I need to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Lightning round.
Okay, so we've talked.
We need more quick fire.
Okay. So we've only got 5 movies as far as their order goes. And because we've talked about Toy Story and back.
Yes.
We've talked about WALL-E and 4. I'm really flexible here. I can, without subtitles, sing you all of Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh.
Incredibles is a fantastic superhero period piece movie that also takes a really hard look at a middle-aged man trying to recapture his greatness. And it absolutely, if you're trying to teach a child what the hell dad is thinking, Incredibles is a very, very carefully structured film that gives you a great deal of insight into a ensemble cast of characters and what's going on with them. It was so heartbreaking to see that movie, to see the people that made that movie not get that movie hard enough to make Incredibles 2.
It hurts. It really does. But I'm just glad that throughout all this, Incredibles 1 stayed up so high, and Incredibles 2 just stayed so low. That's what I'm really glad about this. In all pains, Incredibles 2 really just did not hit the mark. But I think I'm gonna move some stuff around, and I will ask if you agree with it.
Okay, so let's reorder. I want to hear you guys reorder 5.
I think Nightmare Before Christmas is a good 5.
Yeah.
Either Nightmare Before Christmas or Goofy Movie. That's my call.
Whoa, that's shit. That's hard, actually.
Because as a cinematic experience, Nightmare Before Christmas, but as my comedic sensibilities and what I think is enjoyable to watch, Goofy Movie.
Goofy Movie's fucking heavy.
Right?
I'd say.
Yeah,
Goofy.
I'm gonna go with Goofy movie.
Yeah,
So,
but I think like Nightmare Before Christmas, as a stop motion like film is very.
We're not moving
Okay.
Nightmare Before Christmas anyway.
Okay.
I respect the shit out of Nightmare Before Christmas.
But yeah, Goofy movie also, like you said, is heavy. But
so Goofy movie like tackles the single dad and the emotional aspects of like both being a teenager and raising a teenager without being condescending, like say fucking like Anakin complaining about sand.
It's like, coarse and rough and gets everywhere.
Both sides of the conflict and the drama that it generates resonates significantly better because you feel for both parties involved.
Mm-hmm.
Like Goofy movie brought me closer to my dad.
Yeah, fair. Good movie.
Solid
movie.
Very good movie. Very solid on the tier list.
Right.
Excellent choice.
That's absolutely true.
Yep. Excellent. Yep. Yep.
The only reason the only actual argument is just the fact that as a child, one of my favorite Disney movies, just out of all of these, just Lion King. Watched it, rewatched it, sung it, memorized it. Went to go watch the Broadway play. Like, it's Lion King. Good.
Lion King is fucking great.
Yes.
I'm
not gonna take away from The Incredibles or anything. But, like,
I think this is good. Like, I think what we have here is definitive.
S is a lock. I've said my piece about what's below S, and do what you will.
Yeah,
I think it's good. This is solid.
Do what you will. I have already.
After literal hours of debate, I think we got it. Whoa! Fuck, man. This is the most fun I've had ever, wasting my own time. So,
all right, I think that's the perfect tweet. Corbett killed all of us to make this tier list.
There we go.
And tweet.
There we go. I respect you, Shay.
That was really fun. That was fun.
The definitive Corbett tier list. Corpac / Shotaku clear list.
The revision.
Yeah. Because we were able to defend some of these. Some of them.
Yeah, we had to say some of our babies. Corback held us all at gunpoint to make this tier list. Kurokan was shot in the legs.
On the legs.
Shot in the legs 3 times. Nurko had a brain hemorrhage.
I had a brain
hemorrhage.
Hamor, with an O.
Ah, what's that?
There's an O in.
Oh, really? Is it O?
Hemorrhage.
Hemorrhage. I
Chemo as in blood.
Why? Yeah, brain hemorrhage. Wait, how do you spell hemorrhage?
Is there 2 M's?
No.
I'm horrible at spelling.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know.
It's still hemorrhoid.
Just right click it. Oh, it is. Oh, fuck. That sucks for you.
Okay, that's how you spell it.
HEMORR.
Wait, where were you when we did this shit?
I was Googling it.
Hemorrhage. And Shay is still a furry.
Oh, thanks.
No.
I mean, yeah, that's the worst thing that could happen to you, honestly. Safe.
Why? Pepe hands.
But why? But why? Why would you do this to me, friend?
Why?
Defended Chotaki says quarterback. There it is. And yeah.
People are gonna ask me what I did for Christmas. I'm gonna tell them I did.
I fought tooth and nail to make sure that Lilo and Stitch was an S tier. What?
I had to defend my Disney movie.
God bless.
Oh my god.
God bless.
Like I said, actually meaning this wholeheartedly, this is the most fun I've ever had wasting my own time.
Yeah, this was I had a good time. And I'm just happy I got to hear Corbeck's thoughts on WALL-E, because I was scared, because WALL-E is my favorite Pixar movie.
That's a good choice. All right.
Apparently! It's like, oh yes, you don't have shit taste, says Corbeck.
No, that was really fun. I'm glad we did.
Oh yeah, I had a great time.
Corbeck just likes making me cry. Like, don't hide.
You may want to send that tweet out again because it's linked to make your own tier instead of the one we made ourselves.
Oh, did it really? I'll just literally just put the tier list.
Do that instead. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll literally just put the tier list we just made. Delete. What was it? What I put make the caption? Corbeck killed us to make the tier list, right? Corbeck held us at gunpoint. Corbeck held us at gunpoint to make this tier list.
By the way, we like consistently had like 6-7 viewers while we were.
Yeah, dude, this is great. This has been a really good. This has been a very profitable stream. Also, we've been streaming for fucking 11 hours.
All the stuff we try to do in this is what Twitch wants to watch.
Apparently, Twitch just likes watching me cry. But in any case, my mental breakdown aside, thanks everyone for popping into the stream. Hope everyone had a good ass time. I'm gonna go crawl into my bed and cry salty tears while Corbeck laughs in the distance. Anyway, see you later. What do you like this?